Welcome to CounterCultureWISE, a Stormcat production, with your hosts, Melanie Hope and James Monis. The views expressed on this podcast are those of the hosts, our guests, and the dog, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any of our platforms, our advertisers, or any other dog.
As you listen today, please remember, we are so much more than a podcast. All of our stories we discuss are linked in our show notes on CounterCultureWISE.com. Visit there for commentary, guest photos and links, animations, and fun merchandise.
If you have a story idea or would like to be a guest on our show, contact us via our website. You can also follow us on Twitter, Gab, Instagram, Facebook, and all over social media, where we'll post memes, cat pics, and commentary that gets us booted off on a regular basis.
If you're watching our live show, hit like and join the chat. If you're listening dead, well, you can still hit like, share, subscribe, and comment, but please stop voting Democrat. And with the meows of the Maca-Meow, we start another CounterCultureWISE podcast. Welcome, everybody. It's been an amazing week. We can't wait to tell you all about it and get to some fun and interesting things as well. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. Melanie Hope, and to my right is my co-host, my husband, my very best friend, and my sweet babu, Mr. James Monis.
Which days are the strongest?
Which days are the strongest?
Yes.
Well, it's not Saturday because you're sitting down, and it's not Sunday. Okay, which days are the strongest?
Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays. Have a nice one. This is me signing out. Okay. No, all right.
Good night, everybody. The rest are weekdays. That's funny.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, folks, we had one heck of a week. I mean, one heck of a week.
And we mean that in mostly a good way this time.
In a wonderful way. I mean, we have been through it. I mean, you've gotten snippets here and there, but we don't want to go too personal because it's been all, let's just say I literally lost my religion there for a while. It got so bad.
She went REM big time.
I did. That was me at the corner.
Very much.
But I'm on the other side of that, and God has been so good. This whole week we've been showered with blessings. We still have a ways to go to get back on our feet. This helped so much. Just having, I can't even go into detail because it's very personal. All I'm saying is, no matter where you are in your life right now, no matter what is being handed to you, if you are at that point where you just think, I can't do this, stop, take a deep breath, look up to heaven and cry out, and just understand that I have been there. And what got me out of that was asking for God's help and meaning it. God is not a vending machine. You're not going to just, he's not a fortune cookie God. You're going to learn something. You're going to come out the other side stronger. But you are going to come out on the other side.
This is from Psalm 34:6. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all of his troubles. Now, we have a sign with that saying.
Literally on our front door.
On our front door.
Yeah. I made a plaque, I guess you'd call it, with some sisters from our older church. Yeah. That was a thing we got together and did. And we were in the process of trying to find a home, and decided that that's what we wanted to hang on our front door, and there it is.
Indeed.
So, folks, I never believed in evil. I never did, even as a little kid, even being raised by an atheist that, literally would punish me if he found out Grandma snuck me off to church. Church was cool because that was something you did behind your parents' back when I was a little kid. But I've always had a little bit of faith. But I've never really understood hell or evil. In fact, I really struggle to understand it and even believe in it. And that's the thing, is you do have to believe in that in order to fully understand and believe in Christ. And I think that was my lesson. I faced it head on. And I had to get to the point where I was literally casting out demons. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm literally.
Even I was doing it.
Yeah, I wasn't doing, holy water and sage and crazy stuff, but I was literally, in the name of Jesus, I cast out the demons of doubt and fear and anger, of hopelessness, of despair. I had this darkness following me everywhere I went, and I literally just spent time, and still do. There is a hummingbird at my window. Hi, precious. How blessed are we?
We're very blessed.
We are so blessed. Oh, this is so amazing. And that's one of the things, too, is I had not seen hummingbirds at all. I put out a feeder. Now, all of a sudden, they're visiting me. I put out a basin of water for my cardinals that come and visit me. And now I've got hummingbirds drinking water just like 3 feet away from me right outside my window. I didn't even know hummingbirds drank water. I didn't even know that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, I literally get to see this. It's the most amazing thing. So I had one just come visit us, which to me says, hey, I feel like we're being spoken to. I really do. Absolutely. And I hope that we're able to speak to you too. So, I mean, there are some things that I'm going to have to get into that are no fun, but we're going to do our best to have fun.
We're going to have fun doing it.
We're going to do our best. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is just how weird we've become all of a sudden.
Yeah, just by virtue of existing, we're weird.
Yeah, I'm just... That's the word now. That's the word we're using now. Weird. Okay. Well, coming from where it's coming from, all you can do is just say, okay. And
well, let's break it down. Who's calling who weird here?
Well, they're trying to say that. Now, I'm going to be honest. I know nothing about Vance. Nothing. So I don't have a dog in this fight at all. But by virtue of him being a family man, a veteran, a person who can learn, a person who can apologize, because he, was a TDSer there for a while. By virtue of him just being a decent human being, that's weird. That's weird. And so we've got these blue-haired, twerking, pierced, banging anything that moves, baby-killing, crazy people calling us weird. And, well, frankly, good. I'm proud to be weird. If that's if this is your idea of weird, I'll take it. and it just kind of hit me because we are literally the news of the weird, wonderful, and wicked. And I thought, oh, that's funny. That's us. We're weird. So, hey, head on over to the merch shop.
By the way, we're also wonderful.
Weird, wonderful, and yeah.
And sometimes wicked,
And sometimes wicked, yeah.
We're human.
Yeah. So I decided I'm going to actually make merch that says proud to be weird. So I did 2 different versions. One that is just pure red, white, and blue patriotic, and then one where the proud part has the little rainbow flaggy going on there. And if you're into the rainbow flaggy thing,
it appeals to a larger number of people.
Or you could make fun of it. It's up to you. But I think it fits in where we are right now. I'm going to see if I can pull that up and show it to you, because you can get it on just about anything. In fact, we also have the Kamala Harris Venn diagram that is folks are having fun with. Got the dodo and the brain donkey and the hyena. We got Beto, we've got AOC, and then we've got that juror that was so excited that she got to swear Trump in. Just odd. So here is our proud to be weird. You can get this on stickers. You can get it on T-shirts. You can get it on traveling mugs. You can even get it on doggy bandanas.
And you don't have to be politically minded to get this, because if you just take pride in being weird, hey folks, get the shirt. I'm
proud. I am proud to be weird. But yeah, we can get it. You can get it on T-shirts. You can get it on phone. Well, that needs to be fixed, but I can get that. You can on hats. Here's the patriotic version, which just has a red, white, and blue stripe going through the proud part. But you've
that's
got
right. You can't get the thermos. You get the sticker to pop on the thermos. I'm sorry about that.
Well, no, they do have travel mugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where it's printed. It's literally printed on the travel mug. And what's nice about these stickers is you can get like super duper big, and they'll take up your entire laptop. It's kind of, look at this. Look at the size of that.
Oh, wow, that is nice.
Huge. But yeah, you can get them on
Designed
hats.
by my beautiful wife.
Yeah. I just figured it's simple. I've seen a few of these. You can get them hoodies. So head on over to CounterCultureWISE.com. Buy our crap.
Indeed, buy our stuff.
So let's talk about this. Vice President Kamala Harris and her Democratic allies are emphasizing a new line of criticism against Republicans, branding Donald Trump and his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, as weird. They're applying the label with gusto. It is all over Twitter. It's like the big thing now, and it's so funny how they all just it's like the Borg. They just hit a button, and now it's everybody's weird, weird, weird. It's actually quite comical. The weird message appears to have given Democrats a narrative advantage that it rarely had when President Joe Biden was still running for re-election. Now, what's really funny, and this is something Scott Adams pointed out, but I also noticed it, Hitler went away. You're not hearing Hitler anymore.
Right, like
they got rid of
this
Hitler
person is literally Hitler,
and
we're not
replaced
doing
him
that
with
anymore.
weird. And I'm thinking, okay, so you were so desperate, you're willing to take shots at the guy. You've been calling him literally Hitler. You've been calling us terrorists for wanting to vote him in. And you've been using Hitlerian language, like calling us maggots and all these things, which is literally something that Hitler or even Mao or Pravda would have done. And it just disappeared. That's weird because they're trying so hard to be like, hi, fellow kids, I'm one of you. And so we've got twerking, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and just like the lowest form of entertainment. I mean, basically, well, I guess it's not the lowest form of entertainment. It's the oldest profession. And that's
Harsh,
basically
not untrue, but harsh.
and that's basically what we have going on. It's kind of repugnant. So if I'm weird, thank you, because I don't want to have any part of the degradation that you're bringing to our country, the embarrassment that you are. So thank you for saying that we're weird, and I do hope to continue to be weird. It's not working, honey. The left can't meme. You're terrible at it. So they're trying to say that it's working. The weird label is working for Kamala Harris. Well, look at her. She's the cackling queen, Kamala. And I spell queen with a K and cackling with a K. In fact, I might start calling her Kami Mala. Sounds like something Fritzy would do.
Yeah.
So they're calling that a diss. Overall, more streamlined message. Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential campaign has shifted to the conversation away from the weakness of her boss.
That's hard to do.
Has old Joe even popped his head out? Is he still alive?
He still pops out once in a while, reiterating his support for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, that was a
saying
light
we must
switch.
beat Trump. But I mean, that's an easy script to read from.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they're so busy insulting us Americans and insulting Donald Trump that nobody knows what her platform is. I mean, she keeps saying, on my first day, I'll do this and that. It's like, honey, you're in office now. Why don't you just do it now? You keep making all these promises, but
you could
you're
do it.
There. You're there right now. All right, we're not going back. Threat to democracy, all the things.
Cliche 1, cliche 47, cliche 22.5.
And they're trying to say that she's not a cackler. She's joyful. She's their new thing now.
Joyful, all the nations cackle.
They're saying that she's joyful, and he's like, your best friend in the backyard, or uncle whatever. He's creepy. I mean, the guy is downright creepy.
Are you saying he's weird?
No, there's a big difference between weird and creepy. Big difference. Dude is creepy. And the thing that nobody's really talking about.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it here. You can't see his wife. His wife is a dead ringer for Hillary. And I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons why they picked him. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of him. Why don't you read this part here? Is weird working with voters.
Is weird working with voters.
Yeah. While I go find a picture of his, I don't even remember his name. What's his name?
His name is Tim Walz.
Tim Walz.
Some political consultants marveled at the weird label's effectiveness. Many said that it broke through because it felt authentic, was not an audience-tested catchphrase or cliche, and it came about fast and organically. Oh boy. Calling Trump and J.D. Vance weird effectively repackaged President Biden's threat to democracy theme in a very understandable, almost lighthearted way that was maybe less severe and more colloquial, said Brian Brokaw, who worked on several of Miss Harris's campaigns, ran a super PAC that supported a presidential campaign in 2020. He said the term immediately helped to recast the race from a referendum on Mr. Biden's 4 years in office to a question, do we really want to go back to what we were during the Trump era? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. All right, here she is.
Oh, my God.
Huh? And I'm pretty sure they're going to use that. I mean, basically, they've got another Hillary. She looks just like her. I mean, she's
a
even
dead
been
ringer
copying
for
her
Hill.
haircuts.
Yeah, the haircut especially.
And the way she talks about how she tried to leave the windows open as long as she could because she was smelling the burnt tires when the entire city was on fire because of George Floyd. She's, okay, I'm sorry. That's weird. That's weird. Here, let me give it the full Kamala. And your little dog, too.
Of course, when we do sketches in the future regarding Kamala, we know who's going to be doing the voice.
And your little dog,
Kamala.
too.
Pretty much just Hillary, only slightly more nasal. But anyway.
Yeah. So, I guess now I don't know what this brat thing is.
I don't either.
Because to me, when you say the word brat, it doesn't conjure up what's supposed to be a professional woman leading the country. It conjures up, dirty kids running around Walmart while their parents are busy picking out which.
Okay. Well, there's
which box of wine they're going to bring home.
There's a pop star named Charlie XCX, and they have an album cover. The name of the album is Brat.
Okay, I see that. But what does that have to do with her?
I'd have to hear the song Brat to know what it means. I guess it's supposed to be like thug is supposed to be a positive thing now.
This is so classy. The lady I use that term loosely. Look at her. Brat is a concept that represents a person who might have a pack of cigs, a big lighter, and a strappy white top with no bra. So in other words, you a hoe, honey. You a hoe. You a big hoe. You a ho, ho, ho. Look, I can be a rapper.
An extremely white, middle-aged one, but yes.
They're pretending like this is a good thing. This is an insult to Kamala. I can't believe they turned that in. So basically, the entire race, Kamala's entire platform is, I got here being on my knees, taking it down the throat, and I'm proud of it. I'm a hoe. I'm going to bring in all my little hoe friends, and we're going to twerk on stage, and then I'm going to bring in some creepy guy whose wife looks like Hillary Clinton, and we're just going to have a big party, I guess. I'm not really sure I just don't know what the premise is. And to this day, if I understand correctly, let's see, do they have... I don't know if they have the .com or not. Harris Walz, donate. Okay, so you go to her website, and it's all about the money.
Well, usually it is,
and
to be fair.
There's a store.
I wonder how many Brat shirts there are at the store.
And the platform is... There's not even a...
Meet Tim Walz, take
I
action.
can meet her, so I know all about... She's black,
She's fighting for people.
She's blackity, blackity, black, yo. Magically all of a sudden, because that looks like a black child. Can meet Creepy Waltz.
The last Waltz.
They're calling him Don Rickles.
He does.
Yeah.
He does bear a bit of a resemblance to.
And of course, there's some quote about how evil.
J.D. Vance is, right?
Yeah. Take action. Sign up. To do what? I don't know, because there's nothing on. There's literally no platform here. And let's see if there's Brat shirts at this store. What do you bet? There is. Oh, they used to have, it was hilarious, they used to have a sign that said Harris and it just had question marks. Harris Walz, Harris Walz. Isn't it funny that Trump is actually running against Walz now? And he's been running. Now, why would you want to wear a t-shirt with that god-awful, hideously ugly picture of her on it? That is a horrible...
From her short-haired teenage days? Or
yeah, why? Why would you wear that? That's hideous. And what is this? That's ugly too. Whoever's designing her merch, yick.
People are going to love it. They're going to snap it up by the thousands of dollars.
This looks like a Saturday Night Live pose.
Yeah, well.
I don't get it. And that's it. There's no platform. There's nothing. Like absolutely nothing on her dang website. It's the weirdest thing. So her entire.
So her website doesn't have anything about policies or anything she's going to do differently from Joe.
She's achieved a historic record of accomplishment.
So what are the
It's a bunch of lies. Oh, you're going to love this. Here, let me make this bigger. They brought the economy back from the brink of disaster to create nearly 16 million new jobs.
The ones that they left because the government shut them down?
They invested over $1 trillion in infrastructure projects like repairing roads and bridges, which they have not done because they sent it all to Ukraine, removing every lead pipe in America, which they still have not done, improving public transit. Oh, I just love buses. The wheels on the bus go round and round. No, they haven't done anything there. Expanding access to high-speed internet. Not a single connection has been made. We reported on that before. Nothing. Literally nothing because they stepped in their own way. Strengthening the Affordable Care Act, which still stinks and I still don't have insurance. Lowering health insurance premiums. Nope, haven't gone down at all. They're so high nobody can afford it. To save millions of Americans an average day. But you screwed the economy so bad that most Americans are paying $2,600 more a month just to survive. And we can't do it. So she basically lie. So what are you going to do? Represented the stage, raised wages, didn't do it, liar. All the way back to when she was the AG in California, where she jailed a bunch of black guys so she could get free labor. Career and this and that. Yeah, so all it does is talk about her past.
Just a bunch of past.
So we have absolutely no idea what they're running on.
I think the reason is she doesn't know what she's running on.
Are we going to have to call her the twerker-in-chief?
Has she twerked?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
She's
we'll
there
call
are
her
videos
Madam
of her
Twerk.
dancing all over the place.
Madam Twerk. We're gonna
Call her Madam Knee Pads. Anyways, what a disgrace. I mean, just...
Yeah.
I'm just so disappointed in how... And you read what people are saying, and they're all little kids, and they're just... Oh, I got shivers. Oh, I can't wait. And it's like, oh my God, you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing the nation. And the thing is, they're going to install her just like they did Biden. I mean, they basically already have. They shifted. I still don't understand how she went from not even being able to get 1%, dropping out of the race, being picked as a DEI hire very publicly and very obviously, because that's literally what he said, word for word, I'm going to get a black woman. And who's got two thumbs and said it was going to be Kamala because she checks all the bigot boxes. And I was right. And so here she comes. And I didn't think Biden would make it this long, I'll be honest. It was incredibly selfish of him to try to run again. It was incredibly selfish of him to run at all because he was brain dead from the very beginning. And we talked about that. And then they tried to gaslight us. We weren't stupid enough to fall for it, but boy, she was part of it. She looked you in the face and told you that he was the smartest man she knew, and behind closed doors, he was on it. He was sharp, literally used the word sharp. And then the minute the guy gets shown for what he is, that we all knew, but for some reason, didn't know, boom, just steps right on him. Like, I mean, just walks right over the top of him. And now they're pretending like she has something to offer. She never has. Even her own party made fun of her. She's done nothing. Nothing.
The one thing she was asked to do, she didn't really do. She's supposed to be the border czar. She didn't go to the border. She complained, and people were standing up for her saying, well, no, it was just to run a committee, find out what, I don't know if she ran a committee necessarily, but get to the root causes of all of the immigration problem.
It would be the open border. That is the root cause.
I know, but why didn't she say anything? Why didn't she report on it?
Because she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to. She can just waltz into every position she's ever had because people will hand it to her because she checks all the bigot boxes. That's it. She banged the right people to get her start, married a white dude, and now they're just handing everything to her because she checks the bigot boxes. That's it. And then the fake Southern accent. I don't know who does it worse, her or Hillary. I ain't no ways tired. It's like, oh, Hillary, let it go. Kamala has never, ever experienced what it's like to be a true middle-class American. She had parents that were wealthy. She grew up in Canada and then California. She's always been wealthy. She's always had everything handed to her. She's always been an opportunist. And everybody who knew her back in the day, she was basically an escort until she got that AG position. She was basically an escort. And it was no secret. Everybody knew it. And now they're pretending like she's this great goddess of light that's going to, bring America back. Honey, you're in office now. Right now, you could be doing all the things you say you're going to do. But what is it that you say you're going to do? Well, you really don't say anything. There's nothing of substance there. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about her later because there's something else funny going on there. And let's talk about our neighbors across the pond, our former slave oops. Did I use my outside voice?
You use your outside voice. You said the loud thing out loud.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to read this whole article, but I think it's funny that the BBC is reporting this, first of all. But got down to, they're upset that Elon Musk allows free speech. God forbid. And they're saying that the verified blue tick accounts have the potential to deceive users. Says they could be duped into thinking the identity of those with blue tick marks was verified when in fact anybody can pay for a blue tick. Okay, how do you pay for it?
Are you asking me? I don't know how to pay for it.
Well, you would have to use credit card, right?
Yeah.
And what's on your credit card?
My name.
And what do you have to do in order to get a credit card?
Apply for it and have good credit.
Which requires your name, your address, your phone number,
and your social
your email, number, your social security number.
All your important information.
Yeah, so I'd say that's pretty much verification.
Yeah.
It said it found evidence of malicious actors abusing the system.
Let's see the evidence.
The investigation began under the EU's Digital Services Act, DSA. This thing is a monster. And this is the part I love. It could lead to X being fined up to 6% of its global annual turnover and being forced to change how it operates in the BBC. Or in the block, it says, in the block. Okay. It's not a British company. He's not in the EU. And who's going to enforce that? Why do you think that you have the right to charge an American company anything? You don't. And I think it would be hilarious if he just said, fine, I'll turn it off and see what happens. I'll just not send it over there. Yeah, he might lose a tiny little bit of money at the beginning. But what do you think would happen to all of EU if they just all of a sudden, no Twitter for you?
I think there'd be a revolution. As addicted as people are to social media.
So Musk actually wrote the DSA is misinformation. A democratized system allowing everyone across Europe to access verification is better than just the privileged few being verified, she wrote on the social media site.
Chief executive Linda
I didn't want to read. Linda Yaccarino, yeah.
Wasn't there a dance called the Yaccarino? Never mind.
I don't know. Anyways, I thought that was hilarious. But that's just part of what's going on over there. This is what's blowing my mind. I'm beside myself with this. The UK police commissioner threatens to extradite and jail U.S. citizens over online posts. Will come after you. So now he wants to come after people. What on earth is going through his head? London's Metropolitan Police Chief warned that officials will not only be cracking down on British citizens for commentary on the riots in the UK, but on American citizens as well. Okay, have you ever stopped to, ask maybe, why are there riots going on? Could it be because of this garbage? don't you understand that the reason you're having these issues right now is because of this garbage? I mean, is he just not...
Well, what's all this then?
Is he just... is he... I don't understand where his brain is. The reason you're having riots is because of the censorship, you idiot. Anyways, riots have broken out all across the United Kingdom in recent days over false rumors spread online that an asylum seeker was responsible for a mass stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance event that left 3 girls dead and the others wounded. What is the rumor?
That an asylum seeker was responsible for a mass stabbing at a...
The murders, allegedly committed by a now 18-year-old British citizen born to Rwandan parents, sparked a series of violent protests that tapped into broader concerns about the scale of immigration in the UK.
There's an important part that we overlooked.
Is it above?
Yeah, we will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you. Metropolitan Police Commissioner Sir Mark Rowley told Sky News.
So are they going to come to America and kidnap Americans for dank memes? I mean, honest to God, is this...
I don't know. It's like a couple of bobbies show up at the door.
What? You posted a meme? A Sky News reporter asked Commissioner Rowley to further explain his warning, arguing that high-profile figures have been whipping up the hatred and that the likes of Elon Musk have been getting involved. Can you imagine arresting Elon Musk? She then asked what the police force's plan will be when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behavior from behind the keyboard. I don't think...
Who may be in a different country.
This behavior is being whipped up by people behind a keyboard. I think this kind of behavior is being whipped up by you being an absolutely tyrannical, awful governor, awful government with open borders, and people are getting sick of it. You're letting in cavemen who think it's okay to rape little girls. You're letting in violent cultists who will never assimilate. Never. And you're letting them in willy-nilly and letting them get away. I mean, just this week there was an article about a guy who completely got off for raping a 12-year-old little girl, and he won't see any jail time because he didn't understand that that was illegal. These people cannot be saved. They cannot be rescued. You are not helping them. You're helping their country, getting them out of the country they came from. But this is happening because your people, the people who put you in position, are sick of you not doing your job. And you're replying by being fascists, by saying we're going to go chase after people who are doing memes on the other side of the planet. Don't you see you're just fanning the fire? You want to talk about whipping up stuff? That's you.
Indeed.
Anyway, I found a video of one of my favorite actors of all time, and he has some things to say about that, and I'm in complete agreement with him. So I thought I would go ahead and play that. Here we go.
My starting point when it comes to the consideration of any issue relating to free speech is my passionate belief that the second most precious thing in life is the right to express yourself freely. The most precious thing in life, I think, is food in your mouth. And the third most precious is a roof over your head. But a fixture for me in the number 2 slot is free expression, just below the need to sustain life itself. That is because I have enjoyed free expression in this country all my professional life and fully expect to continue to do so. Personally, I suspect highly unlikely to be arrested for whatever laws exist to contain free expression because of the undoubtedly privileged position that is afforded to those of a high public profile. So my concerns are less for myself and more for those more vulnerable because of their lower profile. Like the man arrested in Oxford for calling a police horse gay. or the teenager arrested for calling the Church of Scientology a cult, or the cafe owner arrested for displaying passages from the Bible on a TV screen. When I heard of some of these more ludicrous offences and charges, I remembered that I had been here before in a fictional context. I once did a show called Not the 9 O'Clock News some years ago, and we did a sketch where Griff Rhys-Jones played Constable Savage, a manifestly racist police officer to whom I, as his station commander, is giving a dressing down for arresting a black man on a whole string of ridiculous, trumped-up and ludicrous charges. The charges for which Constable Savage arrested Mr. Winston Kadogo of 55 Mercer Road were these: walking on the cracks in the pavement, walking in a loud shirt in a built-up area during the hours of darkness, and one of my favourites, walking around all over the place. He was also arrested for urinating in a public convenience and looking at me in a funny way. Who would have thought that we would end up with a law that would allow life to imitate art so exactly? I read somewhere a defender of the status quo claiming that the fact that the gay horse case was dropped after the arrested man refused to pay the fine, and that the Scientology case was also dropped at some point during the court process, was proof that the law was working well, ignoring the fact that the only reason these cases were dropped was because of the publicity that they had attracted. The police sensed that ridicule was just around the corner and withdrew their actions. But what about the thousands of other cases that did not enjoy the oxygen of publicity, that weren't quite ludicrous enough to attract media attention? Even for those actions that were withdrawn, people were arrested, questioned, taken to court, and then released. You know, that isn't a law working properly. That is censoriousness of the most intimidating kind, guaranteed to have, as Lord Dear says, a chilling effect on free expression and free protest. Parliament's Joint Committee on Human Rights summarised, as you may know, this whole issue very well by saying, while arresting a protester for using threatening or abusive speech may, depending on the circumstances, be a proportionate response, we do not think that language or behaviour that is merely insulting should ever be criminalised in this way. The clear problem with the outlawing of insult is that too many things can be interpreted as such. Criticism is easily construed as insult by certain parties. Ridicule easily construed as insult. Sarcasm, unfavourable comparison, merely stating an alternative point of view to the orthodoxy can be interpreted as insult. And because so many things can be interpreted as insult, it is hardly surprising that so many things have been, as the examples I talked about earlier show. Although the law under discussion has been on the statute book for over 25 years, it is indicative of a culture that has taken hold of the programs of successive governments, that with the reasonable and well-intentioned ambition to contain obnoxious elements in society, has created a society of an extraordinarily authoritarian and controlling nature. That is what you might call the new intolerance, a new but intense desire to gag uncomfortable voices of dissent. I am not intolerant, say many people, say many softly spoken, highly educated, liberal-minded people. I'm only intolerant of intolerance. And people tend to nod sagely and say, oh yes, wise words, wise words. And yet if you think about this supposedly inarguable statement for longer than 5 seconds, you realize that all it is advocating is the replacement of one kind of intolerance with another, which to me doesn't represent any kind of progress at all. Underlying prejudices, injustices, or resentments are not addressed by arresting people. They are addressed by the issues being aired, argued, and dealt with, preferably outside the legal process. For me, the best way to increase society's resistance to insulting or offensive speech is to allow a lot more of it. As with childhood diseases, you can better resist those germs to which you have been exposed. We need to build our immunity to taking offense so that we can deal with the issues that perfectly justified criticism can raise. Our priority should be to deal with the message, not the messenger. As President Obama said in an address to the United Nations only a month or so ago, laudable efforts to restrict speech can become a tool to silence critics or oppress minorities. The strongest weapon against hateful speech is not repression, it is more speech. And that's the essence of my thesis, more speech. If we want a robust society, we need more robust dialogue, and that must include the right to insult or to offend. And even if, as Lord Deere says, the freedom to be inoffensive is no freedom at all. The repeal of this word in this clause will be only a small step, but it will, I hope, be a critical one in what should be a longer-term project to pause and slowly rewind a creeping culture of censoriousness. It is a small skirmish in the battle, in my opinion, to deal with what Sir Salman Rushdie refers to as the outrage industry. Self-appointed arbiters of the public good, encouraging media-stoked outrage to which the police feel under terrible pressure to react. A newspaper rings up Scotland Yard. Someone has said something slightly insulting on Twitter about someone who we think a national treasure. What are you going to do about it? And the police panic and they scrabble around and then grasp the most inappropriate lifeline of all, Section 5 of the Public Order Act, that thing where you can arrest anybody for saying anything that might be construed by anyone else as insulting. They don't seem to need a real victim. They need only to make the judgment that somebody could have been offended if they had heard or read what has been said. The most ludicrous degree of latitude. The storms that surround Twitter and Facebook comment have raised some fascinating issues about free speech, which we haven't really yet come to terms with. Firstly, that we all have to take responsibility for what we say, which is quite a good lesson to learn. But secondly, we've learned how appallingly prickly and intolerant society has become of even the mildest adverse comment. The law should not be aiding and abetting this new intolerance. Free speech can only suffer if the law prevents us from dealing with its consequences. I offer my wholehearted support to the Reform Section 5 campaign. Thank you very much.
I was thinking, his speech is kind of long, but there was nothing I would want to remove from it.
Right.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. And he said...
He said a lot in that 5 or
6
minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was incredibly well written, well delivered, and really spoke to what is happening right now. Mm-hmm. They have gone way off the deep end. I mean, they have lost their ever-loving minds. So pop on over to CounterCultureWISE.com. I actually looked up the sources for the gay horse and the Scientology. And
it's all real.
And then, again, they've arrested Tommy Robinson yet again. So all those resources will be available, archived, of course, at CounterCultureWISE.com. Yeah. Let's head on into... Where to go? Doggone it.
Where'd what go?
This.
Ah, that.
CounterCultureWISE is proud to present News of the Weird and Wonderful. Here are your hosts, Melanie Hope and Jim Monis.
Max's meow is still one of my favorite sounds in the world.
Yeah, he's got except when he's nargling in the middle of the night. But
yeah, when he sings the song of his people. That's
Sing me a song, I'm the nargler. Sing me a song tonight.
That's where some of our Nargles products come from. That was where we came up with the brand name.
So. Okay, well, we've got some weird and wonderful for you. And the first one, I don't know this. Well, okay. You put this under more weird than wonderful, so let's see what you got.
I meant to put it on the other side, but
okay.
It doesn't matter. It's all weird and it's all wonderful.
The picture's weird.
Yeah, the picture's very strange.
That's a happy puppy dog. All right.
And the man is happy even though he doesn't look it.
Yeah.
A dog's loyal. Well, A family's dog sprang into action to save one of his owners during a violent incident in New Hampshire. 86-year-old Ned Tarmy, isn't that just a great name for an
Ned
86-year-old American man?
That is a good name for
He's
him.
recovering in the hospital after being attacked by a fully naked neighbor outside his Manchester
Okay,
home.
that's why it's in the weird. What? Naked?
I have no idea. Family members credit the family dog for saving his life. Brittany Artizzoni, Ned's great niece, said the man was throwing patio furniture, chairs, bricks, and rocks.
What?
When he opened the door, he got hit by a truck. I'm sorry, no, he got hit by a brick.
Oh, my.
Jeff Tarmy, the victim's nephew, said. Family dog Kane, described by family members as sweet and affectionate, quickly went into protective mode, tackling the intruder, good Woggy, and holding him down until authorities arrived. Good Woggy.
Good Woggy.
So he saved Ted's life was saved by our buddy Kane here.
So was the dog trained to do that, or did
No,
he just
It
instinctively
doesn't say
do
that
that?
the dog was trained to do it.
That's amazing.
But
Thank goodness they didn't have some, half dog like a Chihuahua or something that would have been able to do
would have
anything.
yipped him to death.
But a real dog that took care of business. Well, good boy.
Outstanding.
Good boy. I hope Ned makes a full recovery. That's so scary, and I hope the
Naked guy?
naked neighbor gets the mental health he obviously desperately needs, because that's scary.
We go to a guy who has shown up. I don't know. I think
So
he has the
many
Guinness World
times.
Records for a number of times he shows up on CounterCultureWISE
He might.
story.
Oh, we might have to check that
Yeah.
out and see if that's a thing.
This guy is a Guinness junkie, and not by that I don't mean drinks a lot of the ale. I'm talking about Guinness World Records, Mr. David Rush, and he did all sorts of things. He did 15 record breaks in a single day,
Wow. So is that a record for records?
probably.
Let's see. He's on a quest to hold the most concurrent world records. Started his record-breaking marathon by taking 198 bites out of 3 apples. I have video of that.
It did happen, folks. Video or it didn't
actually
happen, it happened.
So I don't have the audio for that for obvious reasons, but here he is taking 198 bites out of 3 apples while juggling the fruits for 1 minute. Now, why that's a thing, I couldn't tell you. Then he rushed to tackle the fastest time to bounce a table tennis ball on 2 bottle caps 10 times using alternate hands, managing the feat in 2.09 seconds. So here he is getting awarded. He actually, they actually counted the bites. I don't know how they did that. His other records featuring table tennis balls were the most table tennis balls bounced against a wall with the mouth in 30 seconds, which apparently was 47. The most hits of table tennis ball against a wall with 1 minute, 398.
And this is my favorite.
And the most table tennis balls bounced and caught in shaving foam on the head in 30 seconds.
A good use for Gillette
that's
Foamy
a
right
thing.
there.
Here he is practicing spitting his balls. That just came out of my mouth.
Yeah, it did.
I'm sorry, I had a Kamala moment. His other records for the day included the most touches of a baseball with alternating sides of the hand. You saw that a little bit earlier, where he looked kind of like what he was doing. Well, it wasn't him, but the guy from Labyrinth with the glass balls. That's kind of what it looked like. Most behind the back basketball passes against a wall. Most juggling catches of a bowling ball and 2 balls on a balance board, which is what he's doing right now. I don't know how he does what he's doing, but he juggled. I'll take a look at this. This is hilarious. And most juggling tricks in 1 minute with 3 balls, 49. So the guy is an acrobat. He incredible.
Is, total.
I mean, check this out. I don't know how he balances and then also juggles. And a bowling ball
insane.
and just 2. I don't know how he does what
That is
he's
insane.
doing. So that, I mean, he must not have a life. This must be the
This
only
is his
thing he
life.
does.
He also was able to fold and throw a working paper
Yeah.
aircraft in 5.12 seconds. I can't do it in 5 minutes. I'm like Charlie Brown with paper airplanes.
Yeah,
Nosedive.
I have a student that's
ground.
one of his incentives. If we get his math done early, then we look up a YouTube on how to fold paper airplanes. So I've done, F-15 bombers. I've done stealth. I've done, the furthest, the loop-de-loop-diest. And so here he is making his paper airplanes. He's also done the most chopsticks thrown at a target in 1 minute, most T-shirts put on in 30 seconds, Fastest time to stack 10 toilet paper rolls. These are the weirdest things. Most water moved by the hands in 30 seconds, and fastest time to drink 1 liter of lime juice through a straw. So that's what he was threatening him with earlier.
Okay.
Why you would want to drink lime juice with the straw and why it wouldn't hurt your stomach, I do not know, but he did it in 13.99 seconds.
So we're about to have one of your questions answered.
Yeah, Russia's on a mission to hold the most concurrent Guinness World Record titles, a distinction that currently belongs to Italian Silvio Saba with 180. He is now in the process of confirming whether he has indeed overtaken Saba. So good luck, buddy. We'll give you one more world record in that you have been on CounterCultureWISE more than anybody else. Okay. Let's talk some toddlers. It looks like toddlers were toddling because that's what toddlers do.
So a 14-month-old boy fell down a narrow pipe in Kansas. And so it was a crying toddler stuck underground about 10 to 12 feet down the bottom of a 12-inch wide PVC pipe.
Terrifying.
Oh, my gosh. So parents called 911 once they realized their son Bentley had crashed into the hole. So it was
Bentley
a joke.
crashed.
Bentley
Ha, ha, ha.
Was playing outside his home in Mount
It's interesting how he got him out, though. That's the point of the story.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Plain footage of the kid actually making it out of the hole.
There was a creative solution. What they did was they called a nearby paramedic who had a thin, long piece of PVC pipe, which the officer used to create a catch pole, which is commonly used by animal control officers. He threaded some rope through some PVC pipe and tied a knot at the end of it, and we used it to wrap around the child basically under his shoulders here and lift him out of the hole. Once the catch pole was created, first responders lowered the end of the pole into the hole and got the rope around Bentley's body and pulled him to safety. He was not hurt. He was unharmed.
Yay, baby's fine. That's good.
And,
good.
Thanks for creative thinking in a pinch like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Folks who can do that are invaluable if you can, think on your feet. Because sometimes it takes a creative way to get out.
And now sit, Ubu, sit.
Good
dog.
Aw, I think Sadie sent us this one.
Yeah, because the dog looks like Sadie.
The dog looks very much like Sadie. All right, a doctor who treats children in Ecuador is currently facing a 30-year prison sentence for creating explicit content involving minors. Now, trust me, it does turn into a good story, so bear with me. And is prosecuted is thanks to Roscoe, the electronic sniffer dog. Go, Roscoe. He's a handsome boy.
Yeah.
Not a robotic dog, but a dog trained to detect the chemicals applied onto the surfaces of data storage devices, even SD cards no larger than a pinky nail.
Wow.
That is fantastic. And I think I lost one the other day. I think I vacuumed it up. Roscoe hails from Rogers County, Oklahoma, where he and his partner, Lieutenant John Hanning, work in the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force.
It's pathetic and sad that there has to be such a thing.
ICACTIFA? That's a terrible acronym. Another canine in the task force, a black Labrador named Ruger, last year sniffed out a laptop loaded with evidence hidden under the cushion of a sofa. I wonder who the laptop belonged to. Did we check it for Parmesan? If you overlook one cell phone, one computer, micro SD card, or one hidden camera somewhere in the room, that could lead to another victim, or that could lead us to put this perpetrator away for a long period of time. While typically handling cases in the U.S., their reputation for success has earned them calls to catch child predators internationally.
Nice.
In the Ecuador case, they were asked to join a big police raid, and Officer Hanning told local news that whenever called upon, they answer. Good boy. How insane is that they can sniff out? I mean, just, that's crazy. Okay. Last story. In the wonderful. And then we'll get into news of the wicked.
All righty then.
Hi.
We're going to find a pot of gold. Only not in Ireland.
Not in Ireland, okay.
And look at these coins. They're amazing. It's one of the best things that archaeologists can hope to find, a hoard of gold coins. One was dug up recently in a terracotta pot, meaning that, if one sustains the pun, they found a literal pot of gold.
Well, they did. I'm running with it.
They didn't find it at the end of a rainbow. They found it in Asia.
Huh.
Well, actually, it was the end of something. Asia, as the ancient Greeks would have considered it. It's actually, they found it in modern-day Turkey.
Okay.
Excavations among the ruins of Noshin, at least that's how it's spelled, turned up the foundation of a house dating back to the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Wow. Buried under another house built from the Hellenistic period about 180 years later. So buried in a corner of the older building. They weren't looking for a pot of gold, but they found it. Coins are called derricks. It stems from the name of Emperor Darius I, from Dari, the root word for gold in the Persian language. And dating to the 5th century before Christ, it was a time of great upheaval as Greek city-states fought against each other, against Persia, and sometimes on behalf of Persia against other Greeks. So, changing dance partners in war is not something unique and new.
Nope. Nope.
The running hypothesis as to coins' provenance is they were buried with the full intention of recovering them later. So I'm not showing what the actual value is, but they're rare coins. So
Yeah, these coins, the value is more in the history of them.
Right.
So, they probably haven't figured that out yet.
Right.
Yeah, Greek soldiers shunned archery, so their share of the fighting was done at the tip of a spear. Furthermore, mercenary troops were even more likely to die than state troops, because the more of them that died during battle, the fewer people a ruler had to pay in the aftermath.
Wow.
I don't think that war has changed very much.
War hasn't changed. The technology has changed.
Yeah.
The convenience of banding up with different people at different times is certainly not certainly nothing new.
Well, that is fascinating. I just love historical things like that. So we're not going to read the whole article for obvious reasons, but head on over to CounterCultureWISE.com where we keep our show notes and links to all of our stories as well as extra backup if we need it. You can also get this full podcast both in video and audio, and there are players right there on the website. So
Absolutely.
if you're hearing snippets of this or somebody sent you here, thank you so much. And please consider heading on over to our website and buying our crap.
And also checking out some of our archives.
And we also
Our
have a locals
interviews and that
channel.
kind of
We're
thing.
still in the process of trying to go live. And still working on that because our host, for some reason, in their infinite wisdom, decided that you are no longer allowed to go live. And now we're trying to figure out how to do that. So we've been working with Rumble Studio, and it's not working. So we're not exactly sure what we're going to do. We're still working on it. But meantime, here we are. We are here. We do miss our live audience, though, so that is an ultimate goal, because a lot of our show was based on talking to our chat and getting feedback.
I miss that. I miss that aspect
I miss it a
of
lot. Yeah, I miss it a lot. So we're still trying.
I mean,
we're
it
gonna
helps
get
you
there.
to better prepare when you're doing a pre-recording, but
yeah. But if you're on Rumble or Bitchute or the ScrewTubes that take us down all the time, they took us down last week. Do leave a message, leave a link, a like, a share, tell people about us, and then of course head on over to CounterCultureWISE and buy our crap. So here we go. Now, see, that's why we can't have nice things.
some people are really sore winners.
Sore winners?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's odd. This one is odd
this is pretty
indeed.
evil. It's pretty darn evil.
And I guess this is a first, isn't it? This has never happened before. I didn't. Now, what's really weird, and well, maybe this is why I'm weird. When I was a little girl, if my mom broke a thermometer, she'd pour the mercury into a bowl and let me play with it because it was cool. We didn't know. Apparently, Russia is no stranger to unique poisonings. And that has happened quite a few times just recently. State agents have been known to use everything from polonium-laced tea to deadly nerve agent Novichok when making assassination attempts against both defectors in the UK and internal political rivals like Alexei Navalny.
Now, I remember that one because he was a really handsome man until they got him poisoned. Then he turned ugly real quick. All these lines and wrinkles in his face. He looked
I'll have to look
very,
that up.
very bad.
But a new first in the long history of poisonings was opened this month when, in the Russian Republic of Dagestan, where a 40-something chess player named Amina, oh my God, with the names, Abakarova,
Right.
Amina Abakarova,
Abracadabra.
Abakarova, attempted to poison a rival by depositing liquid mercury on and around her chessboard. And there she is on video.
Was she that dumb not to realize that
Yep.
everywhere around the world, unless you live in a mud hut somewhere,
Yep.
there's going to be a camera aimed at you?
Malcolm Payne, the English Chess Federation's director of international chess, told the UK's Telegraph that he had never seen anything like this before. This is the first recorded case of somebody using a toxic substance, to my knowledge, in the history of the game of chess. Usually, he said, chess rivals confine themselves to psychological tactics.
Totally
Wasn't
legal,
there a
totally
guy that was accused of using a vibrator?
I don't recall.
I think, was that chess or poker? I don't know. I remember we reported on it. Oliver Carroll, a Ukraine war correspondent for The Economist, summed up the situation with some social media snark. I know that on the standards of Russian doping, it's perhaps only a 7 out of 10, but still. Okay, so the strange story began on August 2nd when a regional chess tournament was taking place. Not going to name that city because, good Lord, use some
Maka
vowels.
chakalaka.
Mocha chakalaka.
Yeah. Creole lady mama.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Okay. According to the Telegram channel of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the Republic of Dagestan, my God, with the names, emergency services were called after 30-year-old
Umagana Osmanova.
Umagata got him in the
Inagata
Gata
da
Vida,
Vida,
baby. This is like an old home week with our songs here. So Umaganat Asamanova fell ill during a chess match. Oh my God, she got her. Asamanova said she had seen some tiny gray or silver beads rolling out from beneath her side of the chessboard, but this apparently didn't seem odd. Yeah, I mean, I would have thought they were like sprinkles off of a cupcake or something, until she began to feel unwell. Oh, she probably got some on her fingers and either rubbed her eyes or, got them in her mouth somehow. That's probably, because my mom always said, do not eat it or, get it on you or whatever, but still. A Chess.com story translated some of Asamanova's remarks about what happened. I still feel bad, she said. In the first minutes, I felt a lack of air and a taste of iron in my mouth. I had to spend about 5 hours on this board. I don't know what would have happened to me if I hadn't seen it earlier. Such symptoms were consistent with exposure to elemental mercury, the liquid or quicksilver version of mercury sometimes used in thermometers. According to the Cleveland Clinic, they actually make thermometers now that do not use mercury. And then, of course, they've got the digital ones, too.
electronic ones, which most people use these days.
They're not, the electronic ones aren't that accurate.
Right.
So I wonder what they use. If it's not mercury, I'd be interested in looking that up. This form of mercury is usually harmless if you touch or swallow it because its slippery texture won't absorb into your skin or intestines. Okay. But if you breathe in any of it, watch out. Symptoms occur immediately and can include coughing and breathing trouble, nausea, bleeding gums, and a metallic taste in your mouth. So it won't absorb into your skin. You can swallow it, but if you breathe it, you're screwed. Okay, that's kind of terrifying. Tournament officials consulted security camera footage where they saw Abakarova walking through a nearly empty room of chess tables some 20 minutes before play was to begin. In one news account, Abakarova had been asking casually beforehand whether there were any such cameras in the venue. Well, at least she asked. In the footage, Abakarova walked over to one particular table, pulled a small vial from her bag, and appeared to smear something on the pieces and the table itself. The security camera footage was soon released into the internet, and you can now watch it on YouTube. We don't need to. We kind of know what happened. All right, the Minister of Sports of the Republic of Dagestan posted a note to Telegram after footage of the incident began circulating, saying that a multiple winner in these competitions, Amina Abakarova from Makalakashaka, treated the table at which her opponent, the no less titled European champion
Umayganat Osmanova
this
from
is just
Kapisk.
was to play with unknown substance, which, as it later turned out, was mercury compounds. Okay, so she got caught. She wasn't bright, which is too bad because you have to be uber smart to be a chess champion. So why? I mean,
She wanted to win, that's why.
but that's not winning. If you're cheating, you're not winning.
Maybe
That's
there's
not winning.
maybe there's something personal going on. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, she could have killed the girl, but still, cheating is, if you get it by cheating, you didn't win. It's not winning. I never understood that. As long as I live, I'll never understand why people would cheat in, I don't know, the Olympics.
If you read further down, there's some
there-
blood, some bad blood between them.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
The source of, how far down? Oh,
The
the
source
dispute
of.
was over a recent match between the two in which both chess players scored the same number of points, but the victory was awarded to Asamanova based on additional factors. What are those additional factors? Another Telegram channel
Before
says
you
that the
do
issue...
that, I'm sorry, you missed it by one paragraph.
Oh, wait, you get it
I'll
then.
do it then.
If you're so smart, you get it.
I am so smart.
Yeah.
The source of Abakarova's dispute with Osmanova remains unclear. One Russian news outlet said the two had known each other for years but had recently fought. In this version of the story, Abakarova showed up to one recent match with a phone, which is against the rules.
Ruh-roh.
Osmanova was upset but did not tell the judges. She should have been grateful to me that I didn't make a fuss and forgave her, Osmanova said. Instead, Amina refused to shake my hand during the competition last week. Chess Base said the dispute was over a recent match between the two in which both chess players scored the same number of points, but the victory was awarded to Osmanova based on additional
I
factors.
want to know what those additional factors are.
Yeah. Another Telegram channel said the issue is about negative statements made by Osmanova about Abakarova and her family members. Ooh.
Ruh-roh.
Whatever
Your
the source of
mama-
conflict.
Your mama so Ukrainian. Oh, oops.
Abakarova now faces the prospect of several years in prison, and the world of chess just got meaner.
Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Too bad, too bad, too bad. She destroyed her life. And they're not nice in Russia. You get in trouble in
No.
Russia, you're not going to some foo-foo jail with
No.
fluffy bunnies and,
And
yeah.
steak dinners, no.
Yeah,
You're
that's
gonna
not
get
happening.
That going on at all.
Okay, this next one is weird. Just
I didn't know what to make of this one.
An American woman who was found chained to a tree screaming in a forest in the West Indian state of Maharashtra, I stink at this, had shackled herself. Police and her doctor have told the BBC. Oh, she's skinny. That's funny looking. Lalita Kai, are you sure she's American? 50, was rescued about 10 days ago from the dense forest of Sittenberg after her cries for help were heard by shepherds.
Keeping watch over the
their
flocks by
flocks
night.
at night. In a written statement to the police, she had alleged that her husband, quote, chained her and left her in the forest to die without food or water, end quote. That should have been on the outside of the period, but that's just normal. Miss Kai, who is receiving treatment in a psychiatric facility, you think, has not spoken publicly. The U.S. Embassy has also refused to comment, citing her right to privacy. You can keep her. Miss Kai's discovery had shocked India, and police had constituted several teams to investigate how she came to be in the forest. Oh boy, here we go. Saraba Agarwal, superintendent of the police for Sittenberg, told BBC on Tuesday that Miss Kai had now said that she was not married and that she was probably suffering from hallucinations when she gave her first statement. You know, I'm not married, and there's a slight chance that I might have been suffering hallucinations. What?
Once again, in the Gata Davida.
Oh my. The superintendent of the psychiatric hospital where Miss Kai is being treated told the BBC that her condition is improving. Maybe it was malnutrition. Huh? She eats, walks, and also exercises. She is under treatment, and we are also giving her some nutrients that her body was lacking. Yeah, I kind of saw that. Dr. Fule said her family had been traced to the U.S. and that Miss Kai was in touch with them on the phone. She was found on 27 July by a cow herder who had taken his cattle to graze in the forest and heard a woman screaming loudly. Now, how come there are cow herders over there, but here they're cowboys? The sound was coming from the forest on the side of the mountain. When I went there, I saw one of her legs was tied to a tree. She was screaming like an animal. I called out other villagers and the local police. The police sawed off the chain and rescued her. This Kai, who appeared completely emaciated, I wonder how long she was out there,
For a while, I'd imagine.
was taken to hospital, and after her physical health improved, she was moved to the psychiatric facility for further treatment. Police said that on her, they found a copy of her passport, which stated that she was a U.S. citizen who came from Massachusetts, and some other documents with her home address in Tamil Nadu. She also had a mobile phone, a tablet, and 31,000 rupees, which is about $370 in her possession. Ms. Kai, in her possession, who was initially unable to speak, communicated with the police and doctors by scribbling notes on a pad. She said she was married to a man in the southern state of Tamil Nadu and blamed him for tying her to the tree. She claimed that she had gone without food and water for 40 days. Ew. You can't go without water for 40 days, honey. Police had questioned her claim, saying it was unlikely that someone would survive without food or water for so long. Jim's like, give me some water. Made him thirsty just thinking about it. Yeah, she not looking.
Now,
she not looking
I had
too good.
instituted a new rule with Melanie's influence not to read articles in their entirety or verbatim. I'm making an exception to this one because there's no other way I can get across just how crazy this story is.
Okay.
This is from South Carolina. 2 siblings in South Carolina, as I just mentioned, were arrested and charged with assault after insults over unseasoned chicken.
What?
Over unseasoned chicken, I just said that.
Unseasoned
turned
chicken.
into a brawl involving raid bug spray, a gun, and a knife.
Oh,
Deputies,
okay.
this is fun. Deputies were called to a home in Georgetown County on Sunday night about an assault in progress, according to the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office report. When the deputies arrived, they were told the situation began when Anthony Harper was asked by his sister Hope Harper, no relation to the Melanie Hope, why he didn't season the chicken that was cooking so it could crust up, the report said.
Okay.
Anthony Harper then told his sister he believed their grandmother would season it, after which Hope Harper...
Do you just wander off and grandma comes in and seasons your chicken?
I guess. With what happens in the next few paragraphs, you're going to think, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Just
okay.
people
All right.
wander in and do all kind of weird stuff. Anyway, after which Hope Harper called him a dumb dog, according to the report. Police said Anthony Harper then shoved his sister into a table and punched her about 5 times.
Yeah, he has anger issues.
The 2 continued to fight alongside another victim, according to the report, until someone else in the house came into the room and fired a 9mm handgun into the ceiling.
Oh
No.
my God.
So far we got 4 people involved. Hope Harper, not to be confused with Melanie Hope,
Please stop saying that. I want no part of this.
then went into the kitchen and grabbed a steak knife, at which point Anthony Harper, fearing for his life, ran to his grandmother's door, the report states.
Grandma's in there like, oh, you kids, stop messing around out there. What's wrong with you all? Firing guns, stabbing each other. You think that
No, she got involved. Hope Harper started
no.
swinging the knife towards her brother, but their grandmother came out of her room, grabbed a broom, and started swatting Hope Harper until she walked away.
Shoo!
Dang, Nabby, I'm going to kill both of you. Anthony Harper then grabbed a can of Raid and sprayed Hope Harper on the face and neck. Hope Harper took the can away and sprayed him back. Deputies said both Anthony and Hope Harper chose to press charges against the other. The 2 were arrested and booked into the Georgetown County Detention Center. Anthony Harper was booked on 2 charges of assault and battery, one in the 3rd degree and one in the 2nd.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this, but
Hope
my
Harper-
Lord.
Hope Harper faces a charge of assault and battery in the 3rd degree.
Why do we
Both
not have
of them
pictures
were
these-
released on bond, according to the report. I know. I wanted desperately to find.
I want to find pictures of these people.
I'll keep
Hope
looking while you go to the next
and
story.
Anthony Harper. They've got to have pictures of them. I bet you they have their book. Season over unseasoned chicken. That is hilarious.
From
Found
now-
it. Found it.
Oh, which one's the girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks sad. She looks remorseful. He just looks dumb.
There's some fetal alcohol something going on there. There's
some goofball-y stuff going on.
Those are not well
That
kids.
was not... I get the feeling, just from looking at them, that this was not the first offense.
No.
And I'm sure they've been in this situation before. It just got worse than before.
Yeah, I have a feeling this has happened before.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The dynamic duo.
He does rock the orange, though. I have to hand it to him.
Yeah, orange is the new black.
This is insane. Okay, we have another video, actually.
And be careful what you feed your dog.
Yeah, this is crazy. Okay. A dog chomping on a lithium-ion battery sparked a serious house fire in Oklahoma, and a video of the moment sparks began to fly has been enlisted by the fire department to show the potential dangers of those batteries. So I'm going to show that.
Those are usually used for cameras. Like I have.
No, this particular battery was to charge cell phones.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the one we have in the car that we.
Oh, all
yeah.
right. Okay.
And I have videos of this. I hope it's okay with the police department since it is a public service announcement. I did, however, take the sound off just because I'm so sick of getting taken down. Yeah, let's check this out. Here's this Waggy drags the battery onto his bed and proceeds to go narm, narm, narm. And he narm, narms a little too hard and... Narm, 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 narm,
Sped up
narm.
a little bit because
because he was narming on it for a while.
Yeah.
And there it goes. It's starting to spark. Narm, narm. Uh-oh. And the cat's like, I'm out of here. Ba-boom. Whoa, that is not good.
Fortunately, they all made it.
The dog pulls back. The cushions are ablaze. Both dogs watched the growing fire. At one point, the fire department said that the home was significantly damaged by the fire, but the dogs and the cat escaped through the pet door. Yay! Thank goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Fire spokesman Andy Little said in the post that the battery the dog was chewing on was intended for charging cell phones. He said lithium-ion batteries can store a significant amount of energy in a compact space, but when that energy is released uncontrollably, it can generate heat, produce flammable and toxic gases, and even lead to explosions. He said the batteries can possibly become dangerous when they are damaged, overcharged, or exposed to extreme heat. Ooh, we probably shouldn't leave ours in the car then because it's like a bajillion degrees out.
No milk bone for you, Butkus.
Fortunately for the pet, all escaped uninjured. Thank goodness, because thank goodness. And that makes me really, 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 really want to install a doggy door because I hate leaving the pets here when we're gone, and they have no way to get out. So we'll head on over to CounterCultureWISE.com and donate to the Doggy Door Fund.
Formerly the Beer Fund.
Yeah, we don't need beer anymore. We need a doggy door.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Speak for thyself, woman.
Speak for myself. Okay, we're going to take a break and let Chuck tell you about the news. And we will come back after he is done telling you everything you need to know.
And now, CCW News presents Holy Crap! This is actually happening! My Dad Can Beat Up Your Dad edition, August 6, 2024. I'm Chuck U. Farley. The big news this week is that the Venezuelan election was rigged Biden style, but this time we're actually allowed to tweet about it. In fact, Elon Musk himself posted that there had been, quote, major election fraud by Maduro. The two grown men then challenged each other to a duel, with the loser having to move to Mars. I swear, I am not making this up. President Trump went into the Viper's Pit and was interrogated by a panel at the NAJB. The results were comedy gold and, of course, the race-baiting lefty pundits don't realize that they are the joke. CNN announced that it will be closing its opinion department. This poses a problem for the rest of the network, as they now will have to learn how to actually report on the news. Kamala Harris is making headlines as she has gotten endorsements from Beyonce, Cardi B, and Megan Thee Stallion. So far, their concerts are literally her entire campaign promise. After all, no one, not even her own campaign website, knows what a single one of her policies will be. In an effort to make her look more viable, her VP pick is, predictably, a boring, balding, elderly white man. By contrast, the army of scantily clad twerkers are her perfect representatives, as they all got into the positions they're in the same way she did. Meanwhile, the ever-remaining cabbage-in-chief is focusing on what's important, not the fact that the wide-open borders have created unfathomable crime surges, we're funding both sides of wars in multiple countries, and the puppet regime's policies are leading us into a greater depression than the 1930s. No! He'll be focusing on making sure that the federal government will stop using plastic forks in an effort to combat climate change. For CCW News, this has been Holy Crap, this is actually happening. I'm Chuck U. Farley. Good night, and may God help us.
This is not Barbara Walters. It is no longer 2020. But this is your new abnormal.
You know, the power I have as a prosecutor is that with a swipe of my pen, I can charge someone with a misdemeanor, the lowest level offense possible. And by virtue of that swipe of my pen, you will have to go to a courthouse and stand in line. You will have to come out of pocket and hire an attorney. You may get arrested for a few hours. You will be embarrassed in your community. You will miss time from coming onto the Google campus. All because with the swipe of my pen, I've charged you with a crime, which I may choose to dismiss 2 weeks later. When all else fails, just be lovely. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That we are guided by what we see that can be, unburdened by what has been.
And being a bitch.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
I could not help myself with that freeze frame.
It's not the most flattering,
No.
but it's always fun.
I got a screenshot of one of my students making that face, and I put the words "never go full derp." And when she's being a snot, I'll bring it up. She's like, "No, delete it." She's the only one who sees it, but that's my little gift to her. All right, so we said we're going to talk more about Kamala, but this is really interesting because they're pretending like this whole thing is organic, and it isn't. It is not organic. This support that she's gotten is not real. And they're using social media and kids and dumb people, TikTok, and lots of propaganda. But people don't like her. She's never been likable. That's always been her thing. That's why she dropped out the first time. So here we are with, all these TikTok-y, dancing, twerking stuff, and they're acting like it's all organic and it's real, and it's not real.
Not at all.
They're actually paying these people to do it, and we've
here's
known
an
this.
example.
We've known this for a long time. I mean, Harry, what's his name on Twitter? He gets a paycheck. We've seen it. It's not real. Well, and I'm sad that there's people out there who believe it's real. Well, apparently they approached the wrong person.
Yeah, this couldn't be more of a wrong choice, really.
Yeah, so let this sink in. The current Vice President of the United States, who was picked because of her skin color and because of what she has between her legs, for no other reason. And we have Biden on video saying it. And the press all proud of it. And we have a Supreme Court justice now for the exact same reason, who doesn't even know how to define her own gender. Kamala Harris was placed there. She was not voted in. She's never been voted in. She is now the candidate to be president of the United States with zero qualifications, no history of actually accomplishing anything that wasn't nefarious, and no votes. She's put there. And I'm pretty sure they're going to do the exact same thing with the presidency. They're just going to put her in there.
We'll find out.
They're just going to put her in there. And people are so easily duped into believing that she's a thing, and she's just not. And it's frustrating, and this is very purposeful that they did this, that you cannot say anything about her because that automatically makes you racist.
Right.
It has nothing to do with her race. And what's really sad is they've lowered her to that position. They've actually decreased her effectiveness and lowered her into the position of a victim. That is not a victim. She's never been a victim. She's never been poor. She's had servants most of her life. She's never faced any hardship. Nobody's been mean to her because of the color of her skin. She's basically been handed everything because of that. What an existence. And what a lack of character.
So somebody interesting was approached.
Yeah. So that's where I was going is, okay, so the president, the current president is a cabbage, and Lord knows if he's even alive. The current vice president is actually going to OnlyFans. Okay? Literally a pay-to-play porn site. That is what OnlyFans is. It is a pay-to-play porn site where you can pay contributors to basically expose themselves and do awful things on camera, on a subscription service. It's repugnant. And this is what this entire administration stands for. This is the lowest denominator. This is as far down into this is Rome. This is when Rome fell with the sodomy and this is where we are. This is your candidate. So an OnlyFans content creator was approached.
Gay.
A gay.
Really
It's a dude. A gay OnlyFans. It's bad enough that it's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Was approached by. Now here's what they're doing, and this they're famous for this. Just like when they tried to take down Twitter, and all that censorship happened around Biden's laptop and all of that. They say, well, we didn't do it. I didn't do it. It's like, yeah, but you leaned on an agency that did it. Or you did that. Hey, this is a nice platform here. Sure wouldn't like to see anything happen to it. Not making any suggestions, but, when you hear the story, I'm pretty sure you get away saying with it. Let's see. Russia. Yeah. Just putting that out there. I'm not telling you what to do. But when you're approached by the CIA, you're going to do what they tell you to do. So they're contacted, and this is what and this is fantastic. He was approached by a left-wing agency to make an anti-Donald Trump video for a Democrat super PAC. Said he refuses to whore out his values or sell out for Kamala Harris. Now keep in mind, he is already a whore. That is what he does for a living. Michael Doherty, a 22-year-old social media influencer who posts explicit content to his OnlyFans page and more safe-for-work LGBT-related posts on Instagram, is not the average Trump fan. I'm conservative-leaning. I even wear American flag underwear and shoot guns on my OnlyFans. The Long Island, why did I want to say olive? The Long Island native told the New York Post. Despite his right-wing views, Doherty was solicited by influencer marketing firm Palette MGMT on behalf of Future Forward, the largest Democratic super PAC in operation. And these are all quotes, so apparently he recorded this. I don't know. Hi, Michael. I hope you're doing well. I'm reaching out on behalf of it's an email. Palette's partners with an exciting paid offer to create and post anti-Trump content on TikTok. Senior marketing coordinator Fernanda Oliveira Ahuro wrote in a July 26 message. Wow, there you are naming names. She went on to offer $1,500 for a man on the street style TikTok video to make Trump look like a bigot. This is what you guys are believing. You're believing this nonsense. Future Forward has reportedly raked in a whopping $150 million in pledges from donors following President Joe Biden's withdrawal from the presidential race, and they are clearly trying to spend it. Even retro, we got
That's
some
how
cat
Max
fight going
feels
on.
about it.
Yeah, Max is not happy with that. One of the ideas suggested by Oliveira was for Doherty to ask voters if provided quotes were from Trump or my racist uncle at Thanksgiving. I like it when they do, Biden quotes and they're all like, oh, wow, Trump is such a racist. Like, well, actually. The marketer added that the video could not show any form of support for Donald Trump and his allies or show any of Trump's funny moments without providing context. This is Pravda. There's just nothing else to call it. The new generation of 18 to 24-year-old American voters have forgotten what a Trump presidency looks like. I know, the prosperity and the no wars and what is shaping up to be a competitive election year. We want to remind voters of the reality of Trump as president, Pallett stated. Doherty told the Post about how he was taken aback by this request. When this agency reached out to me, I was shocked. The said, I think they mean he. For one, I can't believe the when we go low, they go high liberals would pay people to talk trash about Trump. Secondly, I can't believe this agency would be so dumb as to not Google me. Just because I do OnlyFans doesn't mean I whore out my values. I would never sell out for Kamala Harris, he added. I'm curious what the comments are. Oh, it's not live, so I can't see them. Let's see here. There's probably more comments. I'm just curious what the comments are. We value you and your thing. Welcome aboard, yada yada. Oh, they want you to log in to even look at them? Even to look at them? Okay, fine. Screw you, Breitbart. Your OnlyFans account. So this is just one of many fakeries that they have caught her in. The most recent one, which was the basis of our thumbnail, which is an actual, real, honest to goodness, trying to pass off as real photo. I'm pretty sure they're AI.
Yeah.
So,
this first one right here, it's not just the fact that the dude has 3 arms. Look at his eyes.
I know.
Look at the writing on these shirts. None of it is legible. Mm-mm. The woman on the bottom right, she either has strabismus or something with her eyeballs. Mm-hmm. Complete fake out.
Yeah, so I think they have it. Where is it? The line. Oh, maybe not. And Snopes won't admit it. Snopes won't admit it. They're just saying, you can tell, and if you zoom in, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And then there's a video, and it's, okay, first of all, folks aren't allowed on the tarmac of any airport anywhere at all,
really?
Ever.
Really?
That is not a thing.
Is it?
That hasn't been a thing since 9/11. And this is supposedly being held in a hangar somewhere. Anyways, they won't even tell you. It's unproven. They're not sure. In other words, it is. It is, but they don't want to tell you. But, this goes on and on and on because this is a zoom in. I wanted to see that there's one where they draw a line and like everything above the red line is fake.
It's just...
Yeah, so
creepy,
she's been
these
accused of
faces,
using AI to alter photos and videos and claim has surfaced throughout various sources. If you zoom in on the pictures, it's apparent that the crowds are deep fakes. And it's horrifying. Senior advisor Mike Nellis is reportedly coordinating these efforts alongside Lauren Merkin, the daughter of Judge Juan Merkin. They have reportedly hired 5 VFX artists to create AI-generated images from Kamala Harris rallies. Nellis was hired until the end of November with a deal worth $2.5 million. Why do we know this? Why do we know this? So here's this Mike Nellis character, former senior advisor to Kamala, yada yada. I want to know how they found this out. Another clear sign that Kamala Harris's campaign is using AI to create fake images is the phone screens. If you zoom into the photo, you'll see that none of the phone screens shows the plane the phones are supposedly recording. It's all fake. Oh, that's true. So this is that tarmac picture that they're trying to say. There's video of it too, and I'm just looking at it. It doesn't look real.
Yeah.
But there's another one here. Here we are where they're facing it. These pictures are AI generated.
are
If the photo was
creepy.
real, the phone screens would display the same image. Kamala Harris's campaign is using AI technology to fake her crowd size and spread propaganda through manipulated images. This is so desperate. Look at this guy's face. Extra eyeballs, ears. I mean, this guy has a head for a hat on his head, and he looks like a dog. I mean, come on, AI, you can do better. It's being reported that here it is.
Paid $2.5 million for this. What would they have gotten for $2.4 million? Maybe they could have gotten somebody better at it.
Why are we not? Why aren't we doing this? I don't understand. I mean, she's the most popular vice president in the history of ever, who served with the most popular president who got more votes than any human being on the planet ever. Why are they having to fake this? I don't understand. I'm very confused. Yeah. It's being reported that every single person at the Kamala rally was paid, carefully vetted, and the majority were flown in. It was invite open
Only.
and not open.
Invite only. It doesn't.
Invite only and not open to the public. And I actually zoomed in on the original as well and saw the same thing. Magically, the reflection on the plane's wing shows that there's no one there, and it's just a poorly generated AI fake crowd. So they should have fixed that, honestly. But yeah, there's a nice zoom in of the reflection. And when you're watching the actual video, you can see people go back and forth that are part of her entourage, and you can see them reflected in the wing. But well, this is the fuselage, looks like. Not fuselage, engine. But you can't see any of the crowd. There's nobody there. And you can see the ground, so it's not like it's too high. Because I could understand if you just were seeing sky or like the top of a building or whatnot, but you can see the ground. You can see a guy walking up to it. You can see a truck with its wheels on the, I mean, according to a professional photographer, if there's one thing AI can't seem to get right, it's spelling. So I find myself having to Photoshop the letters in every effing time. The signs are a dead giveaway. It's AI because it's way too bright. And yeah, it is, obviously. Put on after the fact, you can tell because some of it goes over his hand. It's clearly been photoshopped in. The bottom sign has large letters that are in dim, while the tiny ones under are brighter. It's not normal to see that unless it's a Photoshop F-up. This has led to questions about why the media is not addressing the issue more openly, because they're paid shills. They always have been. Critics argue that the manipulation of Harris's images is evident and intend to create the illusion of larger crowds than those that actually attend their events. And that is their thing right now between the weird and this. They're constantly, it's like a dick measuring contest. They're constantly, oh, I had a bigger crowd than Trump did. Oh, it's like, oh, get over yourselves. Yours are fake. Lauren Merchant's business partner even brags about being an advisor. Whoever wrote this, you need an editor. We're
available.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, and an AI expert in his X profile. They have previously worked for Biden in 2020 and created such videos that shows huge AI and VFX generated crowds. Well, they'd have to because he never went anywhere. The manipulated images of AI fake crowd are said to be part of the broader attempt to mislead the public. Obviously, this is a very biased source, so take a little bit of grain of salt. I mean, I'm going to be honest. This is who is this? Assets Magazine. Never heard of them. So yeah, they are obviously a little biased, but even Snopes won't deny or confirm. It's unproven. The image's origins are unknown, while other photos and videos depict a similar scene, and tools designed to detect artificial intelligence software said the image was likely a real photo. There is no conclusive evidence to confirm the photo's authenticity. They only do this when it doesn't favor the Democrats. Another independent voter reacted, I seriously cannot believe they used AI to make it seem like Kamala had huge crowds waiting for her. Tell me you're desperate without telling me you're desperate. Yeah, and there's a lot more out there. In fact, didn't I have a... I thought I did. I thought I had a Twitter feed on that, but it was pretty funny. People talking about it. But yeah, so keep an eye. Look, zoom in, folks. Zoom in and see what you see. The most recent one that they did. Do I have the video of that? I think I do. I think I do have the video of that. Kamala's plane. Here we go. So here she is coming down. Here's this crowd. Now you can look at the engine and you can see the reflection just like they zoomed in on, that you can't see the crowd at all. But you can see the guy close walking by. You can see his reflection, but anything past the little ropey things and her entourage. But what planet would allow this at an airport? I'm not buying this. And she's having a meeting in a hangar? Where is this? I'm just really confused by the whole thing. And even more confused that it's even a question as to whether it's real. Just like the voting machines, rather than say, okay, a lot of folks have a problem with these, so let's do it a different way so there's absolutely no scent at all of cheating, rather than doing that like a normal person would do. Like if somebody caught me with a syringe, and even if it was, insulin, and like, oh, you're cheating, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that, I have the doctor do it or whatever, so that there's absolutely no possibility that even if I'm completely innocent, I don't want that out there. They should have said, yeah, okay, people, we've seen some bad things, people are concerned, so let's just stop using these things and find another way. Instead, they arrested people, they gaslit us, they called us tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. They said, oh, there's been no evidence, when no court would even see a case, which means no evidence was allowed to be presented at any time ever. And, they buried it. I mean, there's story after story after story of these things being connected to the internet, and they're not supposed to be, and on and on and on. Rather than just bully us into doing this, and the mail-in ballots that magically show up in the middle of the night and all this other stuff, you should have just said, oh, I don't want anybody to even hint that we could cheat. Let's make this auditable, above board, and as easy to audit and see, so everybody knows. Let's count the ballots. Instead, no, they arrested everybody and shut them up, and now they're doing it again. They take advantage of a lot of things, though. Check out this next story, Jim.
Yeah, this is sad. They did something that they said they didn't do anyway.
And then apologized for not doing it.
Right.
Because
let me elaborate. The Secret Service has apologized to a salon owner in Massachusetts who claims an agent helped people break into her shop to use her bathroom during a nearby event for Veep Kamala Harris. Berkshire's businesswoman Alicia Powers says someone picked the lock and broke into her store for the bathroom after a Secret Service officer covered a camera outside her salon with tape.
They never tell us why he did that.
Because they thought they would get away with it, I guess. People who proceeded to use the bathroom included a pair in emergency medical uniforms, a person in camouflage law enforcement gear, and someone in a dark suit and white shirt similar to a Secret Service officer who guarded the door, Powers said, citing footage. A Secret Service rep was adamant that agents would not break into buildings like that, but did not deny that an officer covered her camera with tape, an act that was captured by surveillance footage and appeared to cop some sort of mea culpa in a statement. The Secret Service has long since communicated with the affected business owner. We hold these relationships in the highest regard, and our personnel would not enter or instruct our partners to enter a business without the owner's permission, Secret Service spokesperson Melissa McKenzie said. Powers said the head of the Secret Service's Boston-Basefield office called her to apologize, according to Business Insider. He said to me, everything that was done very wrong, Powers told the outlet. They were not supposed to tape my camera without permission. They weren't supposed to enter the building without permission. I'm not going to go any further.
Why
This
is
just,
that
what
okay?
is this? What is this thing with Secret Service just ignoring and aiding and abetting?
Yeah, they've become
What is going on
just
with this?
the weirdest. I mean,
Absolutely insane.
I don't understand what the audacity. Here's the video of. And here he goes covering it. Why? Why would he cover it? What could possibly be the reason to cover a surveillance camera unless there's something nefarious going on? That's what a criminal does. Mm-hmm. It looks like he put on a mask before he did it. That is so weird.
Very creepydelic.
That is not normal. Apologize for breaking and entering. Apologize for disabling a security system. Apologize for leaving the business unlocked and security system disabled. This is a rogue agency and there must be prosecution for these crimes. I agree. Apologize in court.
Yep.
If I don't steal it, someone else is going to steal it. An Israeli proverb. Oh, my Lord. I don't think that's an Israeli proverb. Yeah. So, welcome to the new abnormal, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
I don't know about you, but I kind of want to get out of it. So.
Well, let's do exactly that.
Ever had a day you felt so stupid, lacking a brain? Well, here's a guy who'll make you feel like a genius and maybe even sane.
All the world loves to laugh at losers as often as they can. Here comes another chance to chuckle. Here comes the Florida Man.
Oh, what fresh
Bite
hell.
the friendly skies.
What fresh hell. Passenger bites flight attendant on United Airlines flight that took off from MIA, forcing emergency landing. Gotta love Miami. Miami International Airport. A United Airlines flight that took off from South Florida was forced to make an emergency landing after a passenger bit a flight attendant and yelled profanities at other passengers. Well, hey, at least the doors stayed on.
There's that.
United Flight 762 was heading to Newark, New Jersey after taking off from Miami International Airport on Tuesday. Cell phone video obtained by TMZ shows a tense situation where a woman was screaming at other passengers. Flight attendants tried to de-escalate the situation and zip-tie the woman. I am not going to play the video because there is a lot of beeping.
There's a lot of bleeping.
A lot of beeping. That's when the subject bit one of the flight attendant's shoulders. That sounds like something you would do, Frankie. Ripping off a piece of his uniform. So she bit hard. She was not messing
I don't know if it broke
around.
any skin, but she definitely bit hard.
Suck my, said the woman to another passenger. Another cell phone video shows the woman restrained but continuing to scream profanities at other passengers. Okay, either she was on drugs or she was possessed, maybe both. And allegedly threatening to kill a woman, said, "Go back to Russia, old lady." Yeah, she was on shrooms or something. "Let go of me. I'm a blanking girl. You're trying to kill me," said the woman. "I was murdered." The woman continued to berate the passengers and accused the flight crew of having attitude problems.
Oh, so she's the one who thought they had attitude
Yeah.
problems. Right. Got
The flight
it.
was forced to make an emergency landing at Orlando International Airport, where authorities were waiting at the gate. The woman was removed by authorities, and the flight crew was replaced by a new crew. Yeah, let them go. Give them pay for the entire day and just let them go detox, because that was probably terrifying. The emergency landing delayed the flight by 3.5 hours. I'm sure the passengers were thrilled. Police were seen escorting the woman out of the airport. Cell phone video captures passengers clapping once the woman was removed from the plane. United Airlines released a statement to 7 News following the situation. It reads, United Flight 762 from Miami to Newark stopped in Orlando on Tuesday. I was hoping Jim would come in with one of his voices.
Sorry.
Evening after a passenger became aggressive and disruptive. I mean, I do have a voice actor as a husband for a reason.
Our flight attendants work to de-escalate the situation and protect other customers, and after landing in Orlando, law enforcement met the flight and the passenger was removed.
Didn't the article
We're
just say that?
grateful to our team, yes, but you wanted me to read it anyway, so here I am.
You little chum.
Kind of outsmarted you, little chum? We're grateful to our team for their professionalism and for looking out for the safety of our customers and their fellow United employees.
Luckily,
Fly the friendly skies of United.
Luckily, no injuries were reported. The woman is facing several charges. You think? Do you
would
think one of
hope.
them is mischievous mischief or what is it
You know,
called?
I'd throw it in just for fun.
just a toss.
By the
it
way,
in there.
mischievous mischief is a redundancy.
Whoa.
You mean malicious mischief?
Yeah,
right?
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure because.
Yeah. Mischievous relationship. Yeah, the thing that you
Okay.
said.
This Walgreens store learned
This is
something
so you.
This is what I would do if I were locked inside
This
of
is
Walgreens.
exactly what you would do.
They have the best selection of snacks in the world.
They do.
I'm telling
They have
you. Them and
great
CVS
snacks.
both.
Yeah.
But there's only one CVS around where we live, and there's Walgreens everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen a CBS in a long time.
Yeah, there's only one left. It's near the Baylor University.
But they still give you the same receipts as.
Yeah, they're still like 57 feet long.
Mm.
A Florida man, who else, was arrested after he indulged in sweets and other various items. Well, I'm going to give you the short version of it. He went inside the store at about 9:40 p.m. and went straight to the restroom. He didn't come out until 2:42 a.m. Now,
Wait, what?
So what happens is between 9:40 and 2:42, the store closed.
Yeah,
They
but
didn't bother.
nobody used the bathroom.
Nobody else. Well, I mean,
They didn't
he
clean
went in-
it?
He went in, nah. Somebody. They didn't
I mean, because
clean-
you have to get a key and be let in Walgreens.
usually, or they give you a key code. You know, punch in 4 digits and get in. They probably didn't think about it after that. Maybe they clean it up at the beginning of the day before the store opens. I'm not sure, but. 20 minutes later, they closed. Nobody bothered to check on him.
Was he passed out? What?
It doesn't say. But after being in the restroom for nearly 5 hours, he began roaming the store, treating himself to yummies
I don't blame him.
like Tostitos spinach dip chips, Reese's chocolate,
We haven't had dinner yet.
Ghirardelli chocolate bars, Dr. Pepper, and, of course, the most important food of all,
Newport
cigarettes.
Narm, narm, narm.
Narm, narm, narm. Kermit's favorites. When officers arrived, they saw Morgan through the front doors taking a pack of cigarettes from behind the counter. Body cam footage shows the officers helping the man unlock the store's doors from inside with security alarms blaring in the background.
Oh, dear.
He made no attempt to exit the store or call for help to get out. He was arrested after exiting the Walgreens. Yeah. He asked if there was anyone else inside the store, and Morgan said he didn't know. I came in here to use the bathroom. So he resisted efforts to put him in the patrol car. He also spat on an officer out after being placed in the vehicle. Blah, blah, blah.
We don't have pictures of the dude? Oh, probably did on the
just
live.
video. Just
Yeah.
the video.
Let me grab this because the archived version of it doesn't show.
Anyway, burglary of unoccupied structure, larceny, petite theft, resisting an
Petite
officer.
theft. Little witty, little
Well,
itty bitty, teeny tiny. Wee.
A Fifth Avenue bar versus
Yeah.
Diamond Ring, I guess.
Okay, so there he is inside the store.
Yeah.
And there he is eating his Reese's.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the only pictures they have.
And battery on a law enforcement officer, of course.
Well, yeah, because spitting on someone, I mean, you could have all kinds of disease. I mean, Lord knows what you could have. And here we go. They had video. So, and he's getting handcuffed. I love body cams. They should have just a 24/7 body cam channel on YouTube. It would be probably really popular. Like when Cops first came out.
Yeah. Cops was a great show at the beginning anyway.
Yeah.
Got a bit repetitive after they've chased the 100 millionth person down.
Yeah.
But it was a good show to start with.
I don't know. It seems to me that it helped deter a little bit of crime. Maybe I'm weird. Yeah, he was going for Reese's bars. Yum yum.
Oh,
I want to see the part where he gets. No, I guess they're not going to show him spitting.
No.
White guy goes full Cobra. Okay. So.
Wow.
Oh, fun for all. All right. Our next Florida man.
Now we're going to
talk
about hiding in the bushes.
Oh, he purdy.
Hiding in the bushes, part 1.
So this is the bushes, the bushes version.
And the irony is the perp's name is Bush.
Oh no, no, you're making that up.
Read it.
Okay.
It's your turn, anywho.
The Villages, Florida. A 37-year-old man was arrested after he allegedly stole over $300 worth of Walmart merchandise and tried to hide it in bushes outside the store. Jibberry Bush is facing 3 counts of larceny.
This snort was brought to you by CounterCultureWISE Labs, maker of
Now. Damn it all.
Damn It
Maker
All
of Damn It All.
Libtardium. And,
We haven't made forget about it yet.
yeah, that's true.
Okay, 3 counts of larceny, 1 count of dealing in stolen property after the incident that unfolded at Walmart on Wedgwood Way in the Villages on Friday. Deputies responded to Walmart in reference to a theft and met with a loss prevention officer who said a man, identified as Bush, had left the store with a shopping cart full of merchandise that wasn't paid for. Bush was spotted by deputies walking away from the garden center area, but he didn't have any items in his possession. Why, he didn't do nothing. The loss prevention officer said Bush allegedly tried to hide the items he had stolen in the bushes. Deputies were also made aware of 2 previous... I hate it when they write like that. Deputies were made aware. Couldn't they just say an employee told them?
Yeah.
I hate this passive language. It's so garbage. Deputies were also made aware of 2 previous thefts allegedly committed by Bush on July 8th, where he's accused of stealing a mini electric dirt bike, 2 pairs of work boots, baby items, and a pool. How do you steal a pool?
Well, it was probably one of those little kiddie
Well, I
pools.
know, but I'm still thinking he's got an electric dirt bike, 2 pairs of work boots, and he put them in the pool, and he's like, scooch, 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 dragging the thing out the door. I mean, what?
Maybe he just carried it off riding the dirt bike, wearing the work boots, and...
No, it's a mini dirt bike, though. It's a little itty-bitty thing that like kids are supposed to be on. And I see grown men on those things. Well, not here. That
Not
doesn't
here.
happen here. But in Vegas, I would see grown men on those things all the time. They look so stupid. Like when you see a 40-year-old guy on a BMX bike,
Yeah.
you're like, dude, really? I mean, really? It's like, God. All right. Let's go.
bushes.
More bushes.
Yay!
Yay.
We're now going down to Cape Coral or up to Cape Coral.
Up,
I don't know.
Up, down,
I don't
upside
know the
down.
state that well. I've only
Boy,
been
you
there
turn
once.
me inside
And Grizzly
out,
Adams here. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's got a look. I'll tell you what, he has got a look.
He's got the look. I don't want to know better. The Cape
You
Coral
know what?
man-
If he cleaned up a little bit, yeah, I think he could pull off a. Never mind.
Yeah, let's never mind. Cape Coral man was arrested after allegedly entering a homeowner's backyard, attempting to steal a decorative turtle before hiding in the bushes.
Of all the things that you would jump a fence for,
So
a decorative turtle.
a decorative turtle.
I love Florida. Are you sure you don't want to move there?
Yeah, positive.
I mean, Texas has been fun, but Florida sounds like a lot more fun.
It's either stay in Texas or go back to Vegas.
you.
I'm putting my foot down on that.
Well, if Vegas, I'll tell you what. If Nevada goes blue, I'll start making plans to move back.
Write it. In writing.
You heard it live on air,
No,
right here.
No. You didn't hear it live on air.
I'll
We
use
pre-record.
my little
Write
pink-
it out.
I'll use my little
Not
pink
joking.
poodle pad.
Cade Logan was reportedly arrested on Friday after Cape Coral police responded to a home for reports of a suspicious person on the property. The homeowner called the police and reported that Logan was walking around inside the enclosed pool cage. Again, we got pools.
Yep.
Officers arrived on the scene and saw the homeowner.
We got
point in
bushes,
the
we got
backyard
pools. You know,
where
there's
where Logan, which is a type of berry that grows on a bush, who then came out. The officer found Logan hiding in the bushes. The officer announced himself and gave commands to Logan, who was not too stupid and came out. Homeowner told officers they were sleeping when they heard weird noises on their lanai. Ooh, they got a lanai. So, yeah. Turtle was recovered and given back to the homeowners.
Yay! Turtle goes
Yay.
home. I like it when the turtle goes home. That always makes me happy.
The turtle goes home.
Okay, one other thing that I'm going to put caveats in that.
Yeah.
I will start packing, but you've got to have a job.
Yes.
We'll move.
And yes, you did hear it here, although not live.
After Jim gets
Hey, Yob.
job in Vegas.
All right.
All right. There it is. It's in writing.
It's in
on
writing.
It's on the back of my pink poodle pad. I did it live on air. Folks, you can hold us accountable.
She and her live.
Yep.
Okay.
Head on over to counterculturewise.com and contribute to the Move Back to Vegas fund, where everybody hates me and I have no friends.
Hey, And that differs from Texas. How?
I have friends here, kind of.
Name them.
Hannah
Okay.
and Monica
Okay.
and Sandra
Okay.
and Barb
Okay.
and you. And
Well, that doesn't count. I
and
mean, it'd be a
Sadie
friend no matter where we were.
and
It
well, no,
doesn't.
but
The
we
family
wouldn't have-
members don't count.
It does though, because we never would have met Sadie if we didn't move here, or Frankie.
Well,
Yeah, I think that
Still, you
counts.
wrote it down.
And
I'm
all
holding
of
you to
these
it.
cardinals that are coming and landing on my AC unit that isn't on because it's too noisy, and
All
my
right.
hummingbirds.
Well, okay. I don't want to get too far afield.
Okay, you're
done-
just jealous because I have more friends than you.
Well, no, I have more friends in Seattle and Las Vegas.
Yeah, I
and
have like a bajillion friends in Seattle, and yeah.
so-
Okay, this next one. He doesn't look like that bad of a guy.
Nah, he looks like he just made a
I think-
mistake. He looks a little sad about it.
Yeah,
you know.
I think he was framed. It's one thing to get sauced; it's another to get framed. Okay,
Yeah,
off
you
you
did
go.
both here. Okay.
Now, Florida
Off I
man.
go? Okay.
Who else? Yeah, I read the last one.
Yeah. All right. Florida man was taken to jail after he threw spaghetti sauce at his mother during an argument at their home over the weekend, according to
Why
an
would you
arrest
get arrested
affidavit.
for throwing? Well, I guess if it was hot, that would hurt. I suppose.
Anthony Fiacco, which says he was Italian. This wasn't some stupid little jar of ragu.
No, this was fresh spaghetti.
But spaghetti.
Oh man, that's why he got arrested, because wasting a good spaghetti sauce
I
is
know, that's-
criminal.
So it's a good thing.
I
he wa-
know.
It's a good thing he wasn't in New York City. He would have been shot.
Yeah, I know, because I
Anyway.
make darn good spaghetti sauce from scratch, mind you.
Was arrested by St. Petersburg police on charges of battery and resisting an officer without violence.
Why can't they? It's not batter. He didn't batter anyone. That would have been smacking them with fried foods.
On last Sunday, shortly before 8 p.m., officers were called to St. Petersburg home on Wahoo Drive.
If you're gonna have a
after an
drive,
argument
make it
turned
Wahoo.
Physical. Fiacco doused his mother with spaghetti sauce, which was found in her hair, police said.
Aw. His
Fiacco-
mommy made him spaghetti sauce and he poured it on her. That was just mean.
Yeah.
Imagine
He
calling the
initially
cops on
ran
your
from
own
the
kid.
scene, but later returned to the home and was found hiding in the backyard bushes
And we're back in the bushes.
next to Walmart guy. An officer yelled to him, "Police, show me your hands." And Fiacco said, "What do you mean, police? I'm not police. Why would I show you?"
Did he say that?
No.
Oh.
Fiacco tried to run off again, but was caught and taken into custody. Officials said he was booked into Pinellas County Jail and released the next day. Dude, don't waste spaghetti sauce like that. Now that's
Yeah.
all I want to eat now.
And
is a
don't throw
gigantic bowl of
spaghetti sauce at
spaghetti.
your mommy who made it for you. That wasn't nice. You don't throw spaghetti sauce on your mommy.
So
Who does
far
that?
we got spaghetti sauce, a turtle, and Walmart items.
And everybody's hiding in the
everybody
bushes.
hiding in the bushes.
All right, well, this next one is uniquely Floridian.
Yes, definitely.
A Cape Canaveral man said he was helping the community when he used a white nylon rope to create a noose-style loop to lasso what he called an aggressive alligator from a canal and tie the animal to a nearby handrail. Is there such thing as a non-aggressive alligator? Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
they're called dead alligators.
Okay, that's what I thought. They're
Yeah.
called purses.
They're called
Boots.
purses, yes.
Robert Tensi Colin, 71. Okay, a 71-year-old dude caught
He's a
an
bad
alligator.
Man. He's all right.
And he's just like, doop-de-doop-de-doo. Hey, caught that alligator for you. He went to the canal in the area of West Central Boulevard on I don't care. His intention was to capture the 9-foot alligator. So
Yike.
this is a man-eater. This is a biggin. Although he does not have a license to do so. Well, apparently you have to have an alligator license in Florida.
you. You do not have a license for the alligator. What?
Something they would do. It's just so... The only other way you could have gone was, oi, oi, what's this? What? Catching alligators without... Let me see your ID. Oh, never mind, you're from Africa. Carry on. Oh, God. Colin got the rope caught around the alligator's upper jaw and tied the rope to the handrail. You'd think a 9-foot alligator would be like, screw this noise, and just chomp through the rope.
Probably.
He then called law enforcement and told the deputies he found the gator tied to the handrail. I was just walking down the street and there was an alligator. And somebody must have taken it out for a walk and forgot it. I don't know. Authorities viewed video. Here we go. Not looking for the video. What have we learned from
We haven't. We didn't
from
learn
Chess
from the
Girl,
Yeah.
from the CIA, from I mean, we're just not learning, people.
Not
Secret
learning.
Service, we're just Colin does not possess any licensing or permits to legally remove or attempt to remove an alligator. I love how this is a link. I wonder where that goes. Oh, it just goes to another news article about alligators in a pool. He was arrested and charged with killing, injuring, or possessing an alligator or egg without authorization, which is a felony. An alligator or egg. I do
It's
hope they
very
mean.
broad.
I do hope they mean an alligator egg.
Yes.
Because
I mean alligator egg.
I would literally walk down the street holding a chicken egg and be like, arrest me, arrest me. He was released from, it's Brevard County. After posting a $2,500 bond. Media outlets are reporting the alligator was euthanized. Not because Colin injured it, but because it was deemed a nuisance.
You can't kill them. I can kill them.
Wasn't that literally the entire reason he did what he did?
Yes.
Okay, so he did a public service. Why is he in trouble? He did your job when you wouldn't do it. It's like those people that got arrested for filling in potholes. You're not doing it. So they did it. And you arrest them for it because they didn't have whatever permit or nonsense. You have all that and you're still not doing it. I think the guy should get a frickin' medal.
I do too, and he explains it in a moment here.
Colin told Florida Today on Friday that he's witnessed this alligator be aggressive toward people and animals over the last 3 years. Yeah, it was a public nuisance. It was going to kill somebody. We got one of those down the road. I've called animal control and the sheriff, but they didn't respond. He speculated that there weren't enough resources. They don't have the manpower or the hours to wait for this alligator to appear. I thought I was doing them a favor helping them. He was, yes, actually, that's exactly what he did.
In my humblest of opinions, it is the opinion of CounterCultureWISE Radio.
Yeah. He even said he was truthful with, he said he wasn't initially truthful with law enforcement because he didn't want the glory. I halfway by that. After being questioned at the scene, Colin said he asked deputies if he could leave. One waved goodbye to me and I came home. Shortly after, the deputy showed up at his house. I said, let me tell you what I did to help you out. And they told me to put my hands behind my back. I told them I couldn't do that because I just had heart surgery.
So he just had heart surgery.
So
still bagged the gator.
In his 70s, he just had heart surgery.
He's bad.
This is like, he's, holy crap. He's
a superhero.
He needs to be a meme. What's this? Do we have this picture? No. Where's this picture? Oh, no. We got to see. I'm going to go find his picture. You read the rest while I go find his picture.
All right. He was handcuffed in front of his body and taken to jail. Colin said he was there about 13 hours before being released. I didn't know it was illegal, Colin said. I'm not from Florida. I was just trying to help. The moral of the story, don't try to help.
Well, yeah, apparently you get in trouble for
doing the right thing.
Their job that our tax dollars pay for.
But let's just look up his name again. Robert Tennessee Colin.
Okay, I'm not getting any pictures of him at all. But there was one of the lassoing. I like how they say lassoing. Oh yeah, this one has a lot more pictures.
Welcome to the Alligator Rodeo.
Did this one even show the pictures of the alligator?
No.
This is a terrible article.
Anything.
Yeah, I had a much better article.
There's two articles, and neither one of them
showed pictures of the actual alligator because the thing is hurting.
It does show a photo of the.
Here's the alligator.
Yeah.
So there he is, hanging, chilling. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't think that small of a rope would be able to contain or hold that big of. I mean, that is a herkin alligator. The size of that thing. Dude's 71, lassos an alligator, helps him out, and they're going to bust him for it? I mean, look at that thing. That thing's eating somebody's dog by now.
Yeah, it was dumb. Yeah, there's no photos of the gentleman at
all. There's a photo. I've seen it. I was looking at it. I want to find it. And through the magic of the internet, here it is. So here's the alligator. That's a big boy. And he's eating dogs and whatnot. And here's the dude.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you know what? He does not look sorry, and I'm not sorry either. Dude, you deserve a medal, Mr. Colin. Mr. Robert Colin, you deserve a medal. What they did to you was a crime. You did the right thing, got the gator. Didn't hurt
He
it in
still
any
looks
way.
kind of amused by the whole thing.
Well, yeah, he should be. He shouldn't be in any trouble at all. I hope his community comes together and pays his fees, his court costs, because this is BS. You did a public service, and these guys just don't realize how lucky they are to have you. So here's to you, some iced tea. You're out of water. Here, drink water. Here's to you, Mr. Robert Collin. May you catch more gators and save the day. All right. Slurp. Are you just making sure everybody knew you're drinking?
Yes.
All right. Iced
All
tea
right.
on my side, water on his
Back
side.
to a Florida Walmart. Not the same one, fortunately.
A different Walmart?
A different Walmart.
Oh, boy.
I would hate to work at Walmart because you knew you'd have to deal with these types all the time.
Oh, this one cracks me up.
This son of a gun, his name was Troyson Raymond.
And Troyson?
He stole a bunch of stuff and they went on a chase. Riding a stolen electric scooter. Going 2 miles an hour.
Oh, no.
He is now facing several charges, including felony petit theft, grand theft, and unlawful
is
possession.
it petit or petite?
I think it's petite.
Okay.
Petite or petty theft, they used to call it.
Yeah, that's what they used to call it.
I don't know
what
why they changed the name just to make it
Petit
sound
theft,
fancy.
yeah.
Grand theft and unlawful possession of a shopping cart. After the incident, he came to a slow halt in front of a Dunkin' Donuts on US 98 on Lakeland.
These cops had so much fun with
According to
this.
arrest- Yeah. Deputies pursued Troy as he attempted his getaway on a stolen electric Walmart scooter. Troy hit speeds of about 2 mph on the scooter
There's
before
like a
deputies
turtle
caught
and a
him.
sloth and a snail.
Not exactly a high-speed chase. Upon making contact with Raymond, they found several packages of items stolen from a nearby Walmart, including jewelry and other handheld game systems. You wouldn't want to, steal food or something that might keep you alive, no. The stolen items, which Raymond allegedly left the store with and didn't pay for, okay. Wait a minute. Did I not just say the stolen items?
Yeah, they
Did you have to say which Raymond allegedly left the store with and didn't pay for? We offer our services as editors to you humbly.
Humbly, yes.
Offer.
Obviously, I don't offer my services as a whatever in the heck. What do you call what I'm doing right now with all the screens
Freelancer, I don't know.
screens and whatnot? Ugh, I'm
Totaled
terrible at this.
about $167.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, he stole
He
$167
stole the
worth of crap.
scooter,
Stole a scooter and buzzed down the road at 2 miles an hour.
and that's it. That's all.
The affidavit added he also knowingly took off in one of the store's electric scooters, which has a sign on it that says in-store use only. The scooter itself is worth about $1,325. Sheriff's office said Raymond has a couple of prior convictions for petty theft, hence the felony charge tacked on after this incident. Yes, we avoided the temptation to charge fleeing to elude, the Polk County Sheriff's Office said. Raymond remains in custody at South County Jail. Now, this particular art, okay, you have the meme up.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I love this meme. We've got the sloth, we've got the tortoise, we've got the snail, and he's just cruising along on his Walmart. They had way too much fun with this. This is hilarious. I don't know why they have Scooter. Oh, Scooter! Oh, that's why.
Scooter from the Muppet Show.
Oh, that's funny. And then, of course, Yoda. No, Troy, do or do not. There is no Troy. Do or do not, there is no Troy. Yeah, and the comments are actually all on the cop's side on this one, but yeah, that is
Well, how would you
hilarious.
not be on the cop's side on this?
That
You have to be
is-
some kind of oddball.
Yeah, that is hilarious. Way too much fun.
Yeah.
Way too much fun. All right, folks, we always like to leave you on a high note. Here on CounterCultureWISE, we may rant, we may rave, but most of all, we go against the current culture because we believe, to the core of our beings, that humans are good and the world is an amazing and beautiful place. At the beginning of our show, we give you news of the weird and wonderful, but that is just the tip of the magnificent iceberg that is our world. We now present news of the wonderfuller. A Tennessee man who survived a lightning strike and pulled his company out of financial ruin in the face of a family tragedy is using his second chance at life to give to others across the nation and give them a second chance too.
Don't you just love this woman's voice? Continue.
Richard Rogers established the Just One More Foundation last year to openly give second chance opportunities to others. In May, the foundation granted $120,000 to applicants from 17 states. For a long time before that, Rogers anonymously gave money to help people. What excites me is giving to someone that is going to enable themselves to give to others and basically pass it along. Rogers, now 69, great age, said he still remembers that fateful day in 1995 when lightning struck the hunting cabin where he was sleeping with a friend and his 2 boys. The bolt sliced through the roof, setting him on fire and stopping his heart. Holy moly. Talk about a wake-up tap from the good Lord. I didn't wake up, I was dead, he said. As the skin on his chest burned away and his hair singed, one of the boys performed CPR on his lifeless body, and Rogers had an out-of-body experience. This is insane. Mm-hmm. It was very calm. It was very calm too. I was going through this bright tunnel, and it was really cool, said Rogers.
They usually talk about people. There's always seems to be a tunnel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting.
There's always a tunnel. There's always a light. And they always feel really calm and peaceful, and they never want to come back. Treacherous terrain and a storm hindered helicopter rescue, but after 2 hours, Rogers made it to a burn center in Chattanooga. Wow. As he fought for his life, Rogers made a solemn pledge to give back. Can you imagine even thinking that in that moment? I mean, having that even cross your mind? Wow. He said his sons asked him, Dad, are you going to die? And that's when I went, wait a minute. I sat up in bed and I prayed. And my prayer was, if you will let me live, I don't want to live for me. I want to live for others that I can help. Dang it, Jim, with the thing with the making me cry, you always make me do this. Despite his impairments from the lightning strike, Roger remains undeterred. He says the scars are still visible, his balance isn't the best, and his hearing is impaired. Oh, he's just like you. But his inspiration to give remains unwavering. He was able to resume his normal life within 2 to 3 years after the lightning strike. The doctors told me I would never walk again, and so I proved them wrong too, said Rogers. Rogers, now a chairman of the board of the U.S. Stove Company, inherited the once struggling business from his father, who died by suicide. My Lord! Where do you find these?
I didn't read the whole thing. I just read the
Criminy.
headline. I didn't know about
Determined
suicide.
not to declare bankruptcy, Rogers said his brother turned the company around, embodying the theme of rising again. He literally was on fire. He is literally a phoenix. The company now serves as the foundation for Rogers' philanthropic efforts, which include the Launchpad in Chattanooga, homes, and community built for women battling drug addiction. Scotty Bowman, who overcame her own battle with cocaine addiction, said Rogers' support and confidence have made all the difference. What Richard likes about his and my story is that they correlate so closely together because we've both been given a second chance at life. Him through a death-defying electricity strike, and me through a death-defying cocaine addiction, says Bowman. Wow. There's no pictures of them.
There's a video. If you
Okay,
go to the original link.
All right, I'm gonna follow that.
Right across the way there is where the
He looks pretty darn fit for
lightning
71.
incident happened.
Beautiful.
Richard Rogers was sleeping in a hunting cabin with a friend and his friend's 2 boys when a lightning bolt
Whoa, that
sliced
thing
through
was
the roof
destroyed.
and set him on fire.
Your heart stopped.
It did.
What do you remember about what woke you up?
I didn't wake up.
Okay.
I was dead.
Skin on his chest burned away.
Pretty bad.
No longer was he a fit 41-year-old man.
November 11th, 1995.
He chronicled what happened in his diary.
Wow.
It began when the 14-year-old boy in the cabin did CPR on his lifeless
Thank
body.
God that kid was
So
there.
while he's doing it,
Story
I'm
would
out
have
of
been a
body
different way.
watching him.
Oh, you remember seeing him do it?
Yeah, it was very calm too. I was
He's just like matter of fact about it. He's just like, yeah, it was calm.
He's a businessman, though. I mean,
Yeah.
so
going
yeah.
through this bright tunnel, and it was really cool.
The treacherous terrain, made worse by the storm, prevented a helicopter.
They keep giving us the same stuff that we already
Right
oops, same stuff that we already knew. But I wanted to capture this moment because this is the important one.
Next day, November 12th, 1995, at Erlanger Burn Unit in critical condition, taking morphine for extensive pain and burns.
Then, one of his sons asked him this question.
Dad, are you going to die? Wait a minute. I don't like the way that question sounds. I sat up in the bed and I prayed. And my prayer was, if you will let me live, I don't want to live for me. I want to live for others that I can help.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my prayer.
Yeah.
I want to live for others that I can help. What an amazing human being. We will check in on him because he's doing so many good things for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Indeed.
We've had a fantastic time. I hope you had some fun too. We will see you next week.
CounterCultureWISE is a Stormcat production.
Thank you for joining our growing family of listeners. All links from the show are available on our website, CounterCultureWISE.com. Find our archives on any of your favorite podcast hosts.
We engage in satire, commentary, and generally laugh at the ridiculousness of our crumbling society. Our only medical or financial advice is to not follow any financial or medical advice given by podcasters.
Our animations, interviews, holy crap segment, and other videos are put out on Bitchute and Rumble, and only in part on YouTube because they hate free speech.
Our show is entirely funded by listeners like you. Visit our ever-expanding merch store or our Subscribe Star, where you can get outtakes, extra videos, and sneak peeks.
If you would like to be a guest on our program, feel free to contact us via our website. Just click on the link at the top that says, Be a Guest on Our Show.
For more fun and cat pics, please visit our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. For complaints about our show, please fill out the ID10T form on our website, and we will give it the attention it deserves.
Meanwhile, no matter how cruel the world may be around you, always remember the importance of kindness. Be kind to each other, be kind to animals, and be kind to yourself. See you next week.